on CBS from War Memorial Stadium in downtown Little Rock, Arkansas. No better place to hear the call of the Hogs. Plus on hand as LSU comes into Little Rock with a 9-2 mark to take on the once-beaten Arkansas Razorback. Good afternoon, everybody. Vern Lundquist along with Gary Danielson and Tracy Wolfson. Happy day after. Both of these teams with much to be thankful for, a lot to play for. Arkansas, by winning out, has a chance at the BCS title game. LSU, with a win today, has a chance at a BCS bowl game. Gary, let's talk about this running attack of Arkansas led by Darren McFadden.
You know, Vern, in modern football with a functional passing attack for Arkansas, you need a great running back, and they have a great running back. The SEC knew about him. Now the nation knows about Darren McFadden. He is a wonderful blend of power and speed, and he does it whether he's lining up at tailback, where he rushes the ball as well as anyone in the country. But this year, he's playing some quarterback where he throws the ball, and he's so valuable to this football team. He's on kickoffs where he returned kickoffs. Sometimes you think there's got to be more than one number 5, but there is just one number 5, and he's enough for Arkansas.
LSU has made the trip here, and they will be first on the field. Nine and 2 for the year. This is their 4th game on the road against a top 10 team. And Gary, this LSU team, Jamarcus Russell, is emerging as a great quarterback.
He really is. You know, he had all the measurables. We all knew that. He can throw the ball. He's huge, great size. But it's been his intangibles lately. His leadership skills, his come-from-behind skills to win football games. Right now, he's playing quarterback as well as anyone in the country. When he's hot, LSU is tough to stop.
Chili cheese wrap is a full meal.
Totally, yeah. All wrapped up, and they get the Fritos, the chili, that cheese. It's a hearty thing,
man. It's a full meal and a tortilla. I couldn't ask for anything more.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool, I'm gonna have your tots then. Is that cool?
What? No, it's
Okay, they're coming back down to earth there, Screamy.
Fritos chili cheese wrap, only at Sonic. Fritos corn chips with chili and cheese and a side of tots, just $2.99. Give a reloadable My Sonic card today. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
This group, come on!
It's not easy going it alone. That's why we're making it easier than ever to get a State Farm agent for car insurance. Call an agent's office 24/7. Stop by or go to statefarm.com to get an agent who's there for you. Online, on the phone, or in the office. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you've got nighttime sinus problems, the agony is written all over your face. There's the unbearable pressure, the cloggy congestion, throbbing pain. But now, there's NyQuil Sinus. It lets you turn out the light on sinus symptoms so you can sleep.
of greatness.
There's something I think y'all need to hear.
What day is it, son? What day? Time to play till the whistle blows.
And that thundering herd of Razorbacks getting ready to take the field. And to take on the LSU Tigers, we'll spend a moment with Tracy Wolfson and this Chick-fil-A tailgate report.
Thanks, guys. No matter what happens today, Arkansas is headed to Atlanta for a shot at their first SEC championship. But still, this Thanksgiving feast is full of importance.
LSU's a big rivalry. It's always the day after Thanksgiving. Always going to be a packed house. Always going to be 2 chin straps. You better buckle up, both of them. Our guys won the championship outright last week. But they want that boot. They want that trophy. They want to beat LSU in Little Rock. And they love playing in Little Rock. And we want to be the first team in Arkansas ever to go undefeated in the SEC.
And Houston didn't even mention their national championship hopes. So we can expect a sensational scene here at a sold-out War Memorial Stadium where Arkansas is 20-1 under Nutt. Their only loss, 2004, against LSU. Guys?
All right, Tracy, thank you. This game, as are all of our games on CBS, brought to you in high-definition television. Well, it could not be a more glorious day after Thanksgiving. Just spectacular here in the heart of Arkansas. 68 degrees, a slight wind, 5 to 10, and the forecast is sunny. LSU leads the all-time series. Last time they met a year ago, 19-17 in Baton Rouge. This is the first time ever they have met when both reside in the top 10. LSU won the toss. Arkansas will receive. This is only the second time this season that the Razorbacks lost the coin toss. The other time to Ole Miss. This is Felix Jones. He's 1 yard in. Will bring it out and does so to the 20-yard line. And let's take a look at the starting offense presented by Applebee's. Sophomore Casey Dick gets the start. Started the last 4 last year, lost that job to the freshman Mitch Mustaine. Came on after the first series against South Carolina and led them to victory. Up front, Ugo, Parker, Luigs, Felton, Zach Tubbs. It's a fine offensive line. Marcus Monk, Damian Williams, the wideouts. McFadden having an All-American year. And the starting fullback will be Mitch Petrus. Out of the gun, they hand it off to Felix Jones. He's got a lot of room. Jesse Daniels can't make the tackle. Mawan Landry finally does. But a little trickeration on the first play.
Well, right now, Arkansas has rushed for more yards on one play than they did the entire game last year at LSU. 35 yards last year, 40 on the first play. That quick motion that Gus Malzahn, the trademark of this offense, quick motion, quick handoffs, and wow, did they get outside. Farad Jackson, nice block to the outside. Nice first play.
Now McFadden splits wide to the left side, top side. Here's Casey Dick. McFadden inside cut. Ball down by Charles Alexander, number 91. But it's a gain of 7. Defensively for LSU, this is the #1 defensive unit in college football. Jackson, Dorsey, Alexander, and Pittman, the linebackers. Highsmith, Cotrera does not start. It's Derry Beckwith in that spot. Zenon, Landry, Daniels, and Jackson in the secondary. Second down and 3. This is McFadden, the Wildcat formation. Got him! Robert Johnson, who started the year as the #1 quarterback. How about that? How about that? It was Johnson who started the opener against Southern Cal. Went to wide out, makes his second catch of the season.
You just don't see stuff like this. I'm Casey Dick going to Cleveland to the outside. Could have been a little bit of a push. Well, there's no could have. It was a little push prior to that ball getting there, but obviously was not seen.
They'll go from the Wildcat formation again. They first used this middle of the season against Ole Miss. And here's McFadden, keeps it to the 1. Remind you of any other quarterback doing that?
Yeah,
a guy named Tebow?
That's the Tebow package, but this guy is Tebow plus.
Yes.
Actually, throws about as good as Tebow right now. Oh, should I say that? Oh, no. Here we go. All right. There you go. The Wildcat package. Now, that's a head of steam. Beckwith with the bad knee who started the game. There's the quick snap. They ran this before against Alabama.
McFadden. Touchdown.
Flag on the play, though. I think there was a flag on the play.
The flag was thrown by the same man who signaled touchdown. Here's Rocky Good, a referee.
Offsides. Defense. Number 94. Penalty stick fine. Ball's good.
How do you like the start for Arkansas?
That's incredible. I'll tell you, a guy getting a head of steam like McFadden, 235 pounds, 225 pounds, that's tough to stop.
Jeremy Davis on for the extra point. He's missed only one this year. That came in the overtime game against Alabama. Low snap, but a good hold. But the kick is missed. Wow. The kick is missed by Jeremy Davis, the sophomore from Fort Smith, Arkansas. Saw Jacob Skinner had trouble controlling that low snap.
Yeah, it didn't look good right from the start. Low snap, probably missed the spot slightly. Oftentimes I held, and if you miss the spot, the kick is off because of that spot. But you go right back to this drive. It was all McFadden throwing it, running it, and sticking it in the end zone. 6-0 Arkansas.
The intelligence of downhill assist control. The RAV4 from Toyota.
Get used to more action. Download hundreds of movies with AT&T Home Zone. TV with the power of the internet. Another innovation from the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
You know, I just love this time of year. Everybody's getting together to enjoy good company and great food. And that's why I got together with Applebee's to add some exciting new flavor to the holidays. Check out my new ribeye with garlic chili shrimp. A juicy soy marinated ribeye, seared to perfection and topped off with crispy Asian veggies, shrimp, and my own garlic chili sauce. Now that smells absolutely delicious.
New holiday flavor at Applebee's. And for the perfect gift, Applebee's gift cards.
And that's eating good in the neighborhood.
The Steelers take on the division-leading Ravens. The Raiders run into LaDainian Tomlinson and the Red Hot Chargers. Get stuffed Sunday on CBS.
Darren McFadden is playing before the home folks. Literally, he grew up here in Little Rock. And he gets the touchdown on the 1-yard run, the key play, the opening play of the drive.
Yeah, that's one of them. How about the pass to the old quarterback? You just don't see this very often. A quarterback at wide receiver, a running back throwing passes. What a well-designed offense.
Brian Favre is the kicker for Arkansas. Sends this one over the head of Trendon Holiday. And he thought about bringing it out. An early Doucette, showing the wisdom of the ages, said, Jamarcus Russell is the quarterback for the LSU offense, having a wonderful season. He's a junior, 6'6". Take your guess at his weight.
Go ahead, guess. Depends what weight class he's in this week.
Yeah, up front, Black, Johnson, Helms, and Arkansan. Brian Johnson, the tight end, is Jackson, Antoine Robinson, that's Keith Jackson. Olajubutu, Weston Dacus, and Desmond Sims are the linebackers. Matt Hewitt injured. Chris Houston making a bid for all conference. Had his first 2 interceptions of his career last week. Houston Nutt in his 9th season as head coach. Matt Hewitt, who was injured, listed as injured.
There he is
on the field. Yes, indeed. There's a stumble at the snap, and Russell just did get rid of it. Puts it in the hands of Keelan Williams.
I think he got stepped on probably by his left guard on the play. You got big feet. When you're 6'6", you probably got size 16 feet. That was supposed to be a handoff, and he pitches it out and gets it, fortunately, to his running back.
Loss of 1, 3rd and 8.
How about Beckwith wasn't supposed to play? He's out there. Hewitt wasn't supposed to play. He's out there. I think they're playing for something, don't you?
I get that idea. Justin Vincent, the senior, is in the backfield with Jacob Hester. That's Dwayne Bowe. He's going to be shadowed by Chris Houston. Blitz got him. They flew through, and Russell's down at the 10. Randy Kelly, the strong safety.
Well, Doucette and Bowe ran into each other. There was nowhere for Jamarcus Russell to throw the football. They kind of had a motion to the wide receivers, but watch these two guys, a little motion here, they're going to run into each other. All out blitz inside, everybody's coming. Now watch this. Watch the 2 receivers for LSU. They get jammed and there's nothing to happen. Bowe was not able to do it. You're going to take a sack. Technical call. That's a sack.
I like that. That's at Purdue engineering language. Chris Jackson with the punt, and it bounces at the 45. Out of bounds. Reggie Fish is back to return it. It results in a 51-yard punt. Nothing on the return.
Well, Arkansas is known for man-to-man coverage. They're right up in the face of these guys. Good receivers, but good DBs.
2, please.
This holiday season, why not keep the change? Each time you make a purchase with your Bank of America Visa check card, we not only round up the amount to the next dollar and transfer your change from your checking to your savings account, we also match your savings for the first 3 months and continue matching 5% thereafter. Up to $250, which means there's an easy way to save right at your fingertips. This holiday season, open a checking account and keep the change, only from Bank of America.
And here with 1,387 yards in 12 games. And McFadden came in with 1,308.
This is a guy that a lot of the experts thought maybe should redshirt this year because he had that injured toe. That might not have been a good strategy.
Nah, suffered that dislocated toe in July. Here's Casey Dick. Man coverage deep left side. Rough. Damian Williams thought for a moment he had it. Jesse Daniels was defending.
We had a matchup to the outside. I think it was Sheavis Jackson, number 21, to the outside the corner. Williams had it one-on-one to the outside, and Jackson hasn't been an emerging corner, for LSU. I talked to Bo Pelini, the defensive coordinator. He says, which one of these guys do you like man-to-man on Monk? He says, I'm comfortable with either one of them, Zenon or Jackson.
Third down, 6. Fake the reverse, lots of time. Monk is a little behind it. Yes, it was. So it'll be 4th down, and we go back to the studio for this Liberty Mutual update. Here's Tim Brando.
All right, Vern, good news for Oklahoma fans. Texas A&M Stephen McGee puts his team ahead on a 7-yard run. They tried for 2 and failed. It's 12-7 with 2.5 left. Texas needs to win to wrap up the Big 12 South. Vern.
Oh, boy, Dennis Franchione needs to win to get the buzzards away.
They have them in Texas?
Oh, they're circling there. They're 2 places, Alabama and Texas.
Right now.
Yeah. Flying lower. That's a big game for A&M. 4th down. Craig Davis. Is the deep man. Makes the catch. Hit. Avoids the tackle. Has some room. Out to the 30-yard line. Kevin Woods makes the tackle, a 49-yard punt by Skinner. And 18 on the return. Well, Arkansas has a duel named McFadden. He's been pretty effective.
Ralphie, what would you like this year?
I want a Motorola C139 with texting, games, and graphics.
No, you'll run the bill up.
It was the classic parent cell phone block.
Don't run the bill.
My only hope was to go straight to the source and ask him myself.
I want a Motorola C139 with texting, games, and graphics.
You'll run the bill up, kid. Ho, ho.
No.
Haven't they heard of GoPhone from Singular? Where you can pick your plan or pay as you go with no surprise bills, solving the parent-kid cell phone conundrum.
Whoa.
Singular, raising the bar.
We're not even in the right
in the
team. I'll tell you, Dwayne Bowe catches a lot of passes, but if you talk to the coaches, they rave about his blocking, like Michael Clayton for this team a couple years ago. Dwayne Bowe, watch him in the slot right here. Watch him take his own man, bump and run him off, and then look for the free safety. Boom! He takes two people, his own guy off, and cleans up on the free safety. That's one of the dangers of man-to-man coverage. You can do that with good blocking wide receivers.
LSU across the 50 first time. They blitz again, flip right side. Keelan Williams nailed for a substantial loss back to the 46-yard line.
Elijah Butu again. Yep. This guy's got supposedly a bad knee, right, Vern? I mean, he's kind of not even full speed this year, but he runs down this one. Again, not a lot of zone. He's got a man-to-man, and he doesn't miss. One of the great open field tacklers in the country.
Came in with 93 tackles to lead this Arkansas team. Strong candidate, I would think, for all SEC honors in his final year. Williams is the only running back. Jamarcus Russell has called timeout. Stops the clock with 6 minutes and 18 seconds. Houston Nutt, 9th season here. 20-1 overall in War Memorial Stadium.
Toyota presents Heroes of the Fall.
In 2002, I was a quarterback at the University of Arkansas, and we played LSU for the chance to go to the SEC championship game. Defense played great in the fourth quarter, and I think it was like a 4th down, and Coach Saban, they kicked the field goal, and then we had like 19 seconds left, and we were able to go down and score, hit Richard Smith for like a 50-yard gain, and then 2 plays later hit DeCoy Birmingham in the end zone. We still had to kick the extra point. We got a penalty and had to kick it 15 yards farther back, so we were kind of nervous about that, but luckily it went through.
Toyota, moving forward.
There she goes, one that got away. You see the way she was looking at me? You're not going to believe this one. Let me take you back to what happened.
Why do I care? He's a loser.
I can't believe I won. I can't believe it. I didn't mean to spill coffee. It was hot. How could I blow that?
Never, 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 never!
Sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
I'm sorry. I'm not mad at you.
Thank you. I'm starving. You want to go, get some Chinese or something like that?
You love our burgers, and that's just the beginning. Introducing our premium age prime sirloin, cut from the best of the best beef.
Prime is what a steak lover lives for.
Almost too tender for a knife, too juicy for words. And try our new fresh jumbo lump crab cake. All jumbo lump meat, nearly no cake. Uncompromising quality, incredible freshness. Yours always, Ruby Tuesday.
Arkansas coach Houston Nutt grew up in Little Rock. His dad was a coach about a mile down the road at the Arkansas School for the Deaf. Houston Nutt Sr. spent 35 years there coaching basketball, and as the athletic director, he passed away last spring in April. He was 74 years of age. As a 4-year-old, Houston told us 2 days ago his dad took him to his first college game ever in the left end zones here at War Memorial Stadium. 2nd down, 16. Russell, Bowe. Nice gain to the 35-yard line.
Pretty tough. I'll tell you, great matchup. 2 future NFL players. Dwayne Bowe, Chris Houston come up. Bowe is so physical. The slants, remember the slants. By the way, there's a flag on this play. It's going to come back. The slants that Steve Spurrier used against this Arkansas team in the second half, that looks like what LSU's going to go with.
That flag was thrown all the way back at the 45 of LSU. Here's Rocky Good, the man who threw it.
Holding, offense, number 70. He'll be 10 yards from the previous spot. Still 2nd down.
Wipes out an 11-yard gain. And for Les Miles, a very difficult week. He, of course, played his collegiate ball at Michigan. His whole country saddened by the death of Bo Schembechler last Friday, and Les was back for the funeral service on Monday. Second down. Jacob Hester behind Jamarcus Russell. They hand it to Hester. Another flag thrown on the far side. Hester moves the pile all the way out to the 50. So we'll unsort, or we'll sort this one. We won't unsort it.
Offsides. Defense. Number 90. Penalties 5 yards. Repeat. Third down.
Ernest Mitchell. You mentioned a while ago, Chris Houston has a future.
Talking about him, you said he had his first 2 interceptions. And look who he's been matched up with all year. The who's who of wide receivers. Sidney Rice, right down here. Remember, those are the slants and fades that Spurrier used against Arkansas in the second half. Forced Reggie Herring into something he doesn't like to do, calling a zone defense. It worked. They intercepted one late to win the ball game.
Second and 21 here. Blitz coming. Inside pattern by Dwayne Bowe. He's got some speed. Bounces off a tackle. How about that? That was Weston Dacus, a linebacker, who went backwards.
Yeah, that was the middle linebacker. We said he was physical. What do we always say is LSU's favorite play? When they need a money play, what do they go to? The wide receiver screen. We saw it against Tennessee. We saw it against Florida. You see, Dwayne Bowe takes out a middle linebacker and puts him on his back. That is pretty. That is uplifting to your team to watch your wide receivers block and be physical like that.
But it's also uplifting to the linebacker.
Yeah, for sure.
First down and 10, the 23-yard gain. Draw play. Keelan Williams gets a block, and he strolls into the end zone. Touchdown, Louisiana State. 29-yard gain.
Talk about gashing them. You talk about gashing them. That is a well-blocked play, and Mr. Bowe got another little nip on the safety. Didn't knock him down, but just enough.
Keelan Williams, the freshman, did not play last week in the home game against Ole Miss. Won by LSU in overtime. Here's Colt David out of Matt Flynn's hold. And because of the missed extra point on the Arkansas touchdown, Les Miles' team goes 6 plays, 70 yards, gets the touchdown run and the extra point.
Sure does, and it was a little bit of pass, but a lot of physical play, and that was stuck right in there.
At CompUSA, we get megapixels and megabytes. We get that airport gates don't have nearly enough outlets for charging. That big games play better on big screens. And that the new 4.5-inch Sony Vaio Micro PC with Intel Core Solo Processor, XP Pro, and touchscreen puts the power of a PC in the palm of your hand. So get yours now at CompUSA. We got it, we get it.
Every day, Progressive does something that's, well, progressive. They have this ticker that shows their car insurance rates and their top competitors. Right now on Progressive.com, you can see actual rates that people are getting. Sometimes Progressive is the lowest. Sometimes they're not. Hey, if they're this helpful when you're shopping for car insurance, imagine how they'll be once you're a customer.
It's the smoking hot girlfriend versus the no-nonsense maid.
She's kind of like family.
She's rude, offensive, and vulgar.
Okay, exactly like family. A new 2.5 Men, Monday.
And now it's time for the playbook presented by the Hartford. Here's the Gary.
First of all, interesting formation. The tight end, that means Jamal Anderson way outside. Now watch the play behind
the touchdown, the true freshman. And Chris Jackson will kick off now for LSU. They'll kick it deep to either Felix Jones or Darren McFadden, and they both have touchdown returns from kickoffs this season. McFadden's last week, 92 yards. And this one will not be returned. Through the end zone and back out to the 20. So the difference in the ball game, the extra point missed by the Razorbacks, converted by Colt David and Dwayne Bowe with a big first quarter.
Yeah, you remember now that pickup and those points came after a big penalty that moved LSU back into tough field position and long yardage to pick up a first down. They did it with that wide receiver screen, then they gashed him with the run.
That was a 23-yard gain from Jamarcus Russell to Bowe. Late substitution, Luke Sanders is out defensively. There's the handoff, and he slips at the line of scrimmage. McFadden. So it'll be second down and 10. They might give him a yard. 1 yard.
Now, all our Florida fans, maybe they should just hold their ears closed just a little bit. Okay, just a minute.
Okay.
I think these two teams are probably playing the best football right now in the SEC. Now think about that. Florida is a top 5 team, and these two teams might be playing the best football in the conference. That's how tough this conference is.
Arkansas with the 1 to beat. Here's Casey Dick. Fires it out to Jackson. And at the 22-yard line. Well, let's check in with Tracy. This report on Reggie Herring.
That's right, guys. It's not surprising. Defensive coordinator Reggie Herring was not happy after that LSU touchdown. Herring went to Matt Hewitt, said, "Who blocked you?" Went to Weston Dacus, "Who blocked you?" Sam Alajabutu, "Who blocked you?" Randy Kelly, "Who blocked you?" He said, "Come on, guys, make a play." He was not a happy camper, guys.
He is not shy about expressing his opinions either, is he? Here's Reggie Fish. They fake it to him. Casey Dick in trouble. Got it. Allie Highsmith up high. Number 7. And Tyson Jackson down low to begin the defensive play. And obvious approval from the faithful from Baton Rouge.
LSU is a great open field tackling team, as good as you'll find in college football. They've got great athletes at every level, defensive line, linebacker, corners, and safeties, and that's why they really run to space and tackle well.
Jacob Skinner on to punt with that by now familiar pre-punt routine. Buster Davis waits for LSU at the 45. Nice and high, good downfield coverage. They overrun it. Fair catch is called by Davis. Good field position again off this 36-yard punt. Got a sports fan in your gift list? Beat the crowds when you shop online at the CBS Sports Store. Right now, all officially licensed NFL apparel is 20% off. Log on today and save big at cbssportsstore.com. Overhead view of War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. This facility built, dedicated in 1948. First down and 10.
Justin Vincent's in the game now at tailback.
Senior. Handoff. Vincent. Ankle tackle by Dacus. Weston Dacus. Number 30. Well, this LSU road schedule this year has been quite interesting, hasn't it?
How about this? 4 road games, and look at what they faced. I mean, these were, at the time they played Auburn. I mean, Auburn's thinking national championship. Florida's still thinking national championship. Tennessee would be in the hunt had they lost Ainge, and now, right now, Arkansas believes they're in the hunt. What a road schedule.
First time LSU has faced 4 top 10 teams on the road in a single year. Play fake, Russell in trouble, got rid of it. Dwayne Bowe chased by Vanette and tackled by Darius Vanette. He did a good job because he was fooled on the play.
Yeah. See, that's where that size of Jamarcus Russell is just so valuable. 6'6". He's got Jamal Anderson, a 6'6", 280-pound player coming on him. The guy in white is the quarterback, the 6'6" guy. The other guy's 6'6" in red, and he just throws it right over the top of him. That's why his size. That's where the size really matters.
spot at the 42. That might not be enough.
I think it's going to be just short. Interesting decision now for Les Miles. Got a physical football team. He sold his team and his offensive lineman that we play physical football. Should we kick it or should we go for it right here? You could do one of those gimmick plays where you try to draw them off, because if you kick from the 40 or the 47, it doesn't really matter here.
Right. Well, let's see. Jackson's coming on. They're hurrying on. It's fourth and about 2 feet.
Now, we've seen a fake before from LSU. Remember the Tennessee game?
Absolutely. Well, they snap it back to Chris Jackson. Nice and high and heads inside the 10 and takes a quick, hard bounce. LSU had 3 guys perfectly positioned.
Houston Nuts has the gods going his way again. Remember Vanderbilt when that puff of wind came? Jonathan Zena, number 19. You got to look up. Look up for the ball. Did it too late? Oh, there it goes. That should have been downed inside the 5.
It comes out to the 20 instead. With 9 seconds, 8 seconds, this will be the last few seconds of the first quarter. Quickly played.
Yeah, those 3 and outs. That's what Bo Pelini and this LSU defense go for. 3 and outs.
That's the end of one in Little Rock. LSU leading 7-6 in your return to War Memorial Stadium after this message and a word from your local station.
I'll tell you this, pal, the Fritos chili cheese wrap is a full meal.
Totally, yeah. All wrapped up in there. The Fritos, the chili, the cheese. It's a hearty thing.
Man. It's a full meal and a tortilla. I couldn't ask for anything more.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool, I'm gonna have your tots then. Is that cool?
What? No, it's
Okay, they're coming back down to earth there, Screamy.
Fritos chili cheese wrap, only at Sonic. Fritos corn chips with chili and cheese and a side of tots, just $2.99. Give a reloadable My Sonic card today. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Alone, lying, thinking last night. How to find my soul a home. I came up with one thing, and I don't believe I'm wrong. That nobody, but nobody, can make it out here alone. You'll never be alone with the AIG companies by your side. AIG, the strength to be there.
Don't miss numbers. CBS tonight.
All-Star Chevrolet, Baton Rouge's Chevrolet dealer, is thankful for your business and gearing up to spread the joy for the jolly season. America, meet your Chevy truck.
Or car, or SUV. Indulge in the holidays with football, apple pie,
Or pumpkin pie.
and more choices, more value, and a 5-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Put All-Star Chevrolet on your shopping list. All-Star Chevrolet, airline at Sherwood.
Be choosy.
This light is attached to an economic engine that puts more than $100 million into the Baton Rouge economy each year. This light means more than 1,800 jobs and a payroll of more than $30 million. This light is attached to a facility that respects your time and your needs. This light brings you to the world. Have you seen the light? Your time, your money, your airport. Baton Rouge Metropolitan Airport.
Diamond Mazda has been Louisiana's #1 volume Mazda dealer for the last 7 years because we give our customers the best service selection and price. Like the new 07 CX-7 SUV. Buy it now for just $20,995. Or take the 2-year test drive, only $199 a month. Plus 24 miles to the gallon, $20,995. Join our thousands of satisfied customers. We're on airline between Jefferson and Seagan. Diamond Mazda. Come on by for a test drive. We'll be waiting for you.
You're watching WAFB Channel 9, Louisiana Sports Channel.
We welcome you back to War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock, Arkansas, and the Tigers of LSU. Darren McFadden with the touchdown for the Razorbacks. It's 7-6 as we begin the second. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, and Tracy Casey Wolfson on this absolutely gorgeous day after Thanksgiving. First down and 10. McFadden will open up in the Wildcat formation at the quarterback spot. That's Felix Jones in motion. Hand off to Jones, breaks the tackle, goes right, and is hauled down. Now let's take a look at the current BCS standings. Ohio State, Michigan, Southern Cal, Florida, Notre Dame, and then there is Arkansas. Now, one of the benefits of being a senior guy here, I get to ask and you're expected to answer.
Ah, right.
Let's assume Southern Cal wins out over Notre Dame. Are they then in the championship?
I think they'll be in the championship.
Okay.
Listen, I was upset a few years ago when Nebraska made it because they were a second-place team. I have to be honest and stay with my convictions. Second-place teams should not go.
And, of course, Southern Cal has the Notre Dame game tomorrow night, then UCLA. Arkansas has a dream alive. Their best hope now, of course, is a Southern Cal loss. They must win here. Then they must win against Florida. And I still think, candidly, it's a long shot for the Razorbacks.
I do too, but, you know, as long as they can keep playing towards that goal, you know, I think that keeps them fired up. Sure. I mean, that's good for this program to do that and in this conference.
Second down and 12, Casey Dick at quarterback. Hands it off to McFadden. Bounces it to the outside. Dick with a little roll.
That one right there.
Yeah, how about Chevis Jackson?
Open field tackling. That's what this LSU team does as well as any team in the country. Now, you talk about the BCS championship. No matter who Arkansas plays from here on in, they're not going to play anybody better. I promise you, better than the talent they're facing today for LSU. This is as good a talented team. You know, a couple tough losses on the road for LSU. It happens. You play those teams on the road.
Well, they had a first down and goal at the 1 at Florida. Jamarcus Russell fumbled on that play after a very controversial replay ruling. Here's Dick. Almost picked off. Jesse Daniels had both hands on it. Couldn't keep them on it. It'll be fourth down. So after that opening drive, this number one defense in the country, LSU, has handled Arkansas.
And that time it was a zone, kind of a robber defense. Jesse Daniels moved into the center of the field and looked for the crossing route and read it coming all the way. Two safeties were lined up pre-snap, and then Jesse Daniels ran into the middle and waited for a crossing route. That's good coaching. They anticipated that play.
2 3-and-outs for Arkansas now. Jacob Skinner. Whoa! A flag thrown on the near side. We had a little activity.
I think it was John Johnson.
Yeah, it was.
False start. Number 20 on the kicking team. Penalty's 5 yards. Still fourth down.
Let me just finish my thought on that BCS here for a second, Vern. You know, this system lost me when they let the computers decide over everyone's eyes when USC didn't go for the championship. Computers are not built to decide these types of things.
Here's the punt by Skinner, very low. Davis will let it bounce. John Johnson is down there. Oh, you had an analogy about computers trying to judge literature.
Yeah, I said, show me a computer that can tell me the difference of who's better, Mark Twain or Shakespeare. That's the computer I'd like to decide who's the champion, if you could find one of those.
7-6 LSU. Jamarcus Russell started out 6 for 6. His team has a 1-point lead.
Oh, you're home early.
What's the point? Everyone's giving all those great gifts from Home Depot this year. Oh,
pill for the memory. The results could change her life.
Makes it easier to remember and function.
It's a story you won't forget. Sunday on 60 Minutes.
Tim Brando in New York. Colt McCoy, the quarterback for Texas, was knocked out, carted off the field with 20 seconds left in the game. And Jevin Sneed throws this pick to Japus Brown to seal the first win for Dennis Franchione against either Texas, OU, or Nebraska while at Texas A&M. Now Oklahoma must beat Oklahoma State tomorrow to capture the Big 12 South. Let's get back to Vernon, Gary, and Little Rock.
No, thank you. That shakes up a few bowl assignments, doesn't it? First down and 10. Jamarcus Russell out of the shotgun. Defensive stunts by Arkansas. He fires it out for Trendon Holiday, number 8. And it's incomplete. And it's time now for the walking duck. Come on across.
Duck on duck.
Oh, my goodness. It's Mallards. What is the lasting the lasting legacy that the city of Little Rock provided to the LSU football program? Guess where we stayed last night?
That's it. Right where we stayed. That's how we waddled out of Thanksgiving dinner last night, didn't we?
Yes. Oh, how great. Second down and 10. Brett Helms over the ball. Blitz coming. Russell gets rid of it. Buster Davis underneath. Slips a tackle. Big gain. Across the 50 and out of bounds at the 45. That is a pickup of 20.
Man, I tell you, when you're playing inside technique, press coverage, you cannot let somebody get inside this easy. That's just embarrassing for Richardson. That's embarrassing to have someone just abuse you to the outside like that. You have potential to be taken off the field after a play like that. You can't play man-to-man and have receivers do that to you.
It's a pickup of 20.
Can't play that defense. Can't play it.
And a first down 10 at the 44 officially. Draw play. They test the middle. Keelan Williams. Interesting, Les Miles and Jimbo Fisher, the offensive coordinator, Gary, they've used 5 and 6 running backs per game, but they recently seem to have settled on Keelan Williams as the go-to guy.
Yeah, he looks like he's the guy that they most trust. We did that Tennessee game, and late in the game, they played, 6 different running backs in that game?
Yes.
But when money was on the line, Keelan Williams is the guy that Les Miles went to, so you knew he believed him. Now, the other guy, Jacob Hester, is the guy he always trusts in the football game.
And so he is in there now on second down and 7. Razorbacks bring forward. Oh, they got it second time. Russell sacked. That's Jamal Anderson's 11th sack of the season.
This is really an interesting football player, Jamal Anderson. He was a high school wide receiver. He broke the passing records of Keith Jackson. He comes to the outside, a little stunt, and goes inside that time to kind of beat the protection, kind of the protection scheme that time. He has gained 65 pounds since he's come to college.
11th of the year. He had 3 of them in the big win against Tennessee in Fayetteville.
He's confused, Jamal Anderson is right there on what to do on this play.
Blitz. Russell deep, man coverage, man open. Buster Davis still on his feet. Looks for a block, heads for the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
It's called a stutter and go. And if you got a guy you think you can beat short, Material Richardson, you go with him long, and Buster Davis just put a schooling on Richardson. See, that's the problem playing man-to-man. If you got a guy who's a sucker out there, he's going to get the ball.
Colt David on for the extra point. Matt Flynn, the backup quarterback, will hold it. And David hammers it home from the second side.
Craig Davis, a senior. Watch this stutter and go. Stop and go. And what another play. Richardson doesn't know where the ball is. Ball's underthrown. Craig Davis does. And then Craig Davis, just a very good athlete in space. That's these LSU players. When they get the ball in space, they're as good as there is in the country.
CBS Sports coverage of the Home Depot SEC will continue after this word.
G in Gonzales for preseason savings on your new Honda ATV. The Honda 400 Rancher AT is fully automatic. It's available with global positioning system. Or the Honda 500 Foreman, perfect for all your needs. Comes with manual or electric shifting. Both models easily lock into 2- or 4-wheel drive and come with factory front and rear racks. Now's the time for that new Honda ATV from G in Gonzales, Riverside and Chippewa and Baton Rouge.
U.S. agencies can save you up to 30% on your auto insurance.
With flexible payment plans and low down payments, it's easy to save. Just call for your quote today.
We're right in your neighborhood with locations throughout the state, so it's easy to get your money-saving quote. Call or come by today.
It's time to start saving with U.S. agencies. Call for your quote today.
At U.S. agencies, you'll save.
WAFB Channel 9, Louisiana's sports channel.
Tonight on CBS, murder and a CIA conspiracy, plus a shocking announcement. It all adds up to a new Numbers tonight at 10, 9 Central, only on CBS. And for Jamarcus Russell, some rather nice numbers.
Yeah, I would say so. 8 for 9 in this football game. I mean, he has showed, he's been under a little bit of pressure, but look what he's done. And big plays, too.
Yep.
2nd and 26, 3rd and 13. That's why when he's hitting those balls, this offense, now that they're running the ball, they're second in this conference in rushing, LSU. That's how dangerous this offense is.
LSU is going with the senior Ryan Gaudet to kick off. Very short. They may not go back.
This is dangerous.
Yeah.
This is dangerous.
Oh, great boy. Yes, indeed.
Felix Jones made a great play right there. The upbacks didn't even look for the ball.
Now we know why they went with the backup kickoff guy.
What a wonderful caller. Watch Felix Jones come up. Wow. That could have been, obviously it was a free ball, but backup kicker, backup type of strategy, almost backed up for a turnover.
Yep. One of the seniors on this LSU team. And a bit of pleading now from Felix Jones. Young man from Tulsa. He and McFadden, great tandem of running backs, but slowed now since the opening drive. First down and 10 from the 24. Reggie Fish, number 7, is in motion. Casey Dick goes deep for Marcus Monk, overthrows him by 6-7 yards.
Well, we spoke about the coordinators, Reggie Herron and Bo Pelini. Well, here's the offensive coordinator for Arkansas, Gus Malzahn. Just a year ago, he was a high school coach. Now imagine the decision-making that Houston Nutt did to hire this guy, right, Vern? I mean, a high school coach. I mean, a little transparent. I mean, he wanted 3 of his players, right?
Yep.
I mean, they got him, but he's paid off for him. I mean, this is a unique offense, and he's doing an excellent job, I think, of running this Arkansas offense.
Back in the Wildcat, which is one of his ideas, along with Danny Nutt. Here's McFadden. Boy, if he gets into the open, he can stiff arm, and he's got great speed. And Jesse Daniels saved a bunch more. That's a gain of 30.
This formation with 2 running backs on the field. Michael Smith, number 21's out there this time. Fake to him, and now you've got, a big league runner coming at you. You don't even have to block. You don't even have to block outside. Reggie Fish gets a nice block to the outside. Number 7, Monk gets a nice block to the outside, and then big 501. You know why they call him 501, don't you? That's the area code. He's got it tattooed right on his arm. Big 501. Give him the straight arm.
Number 1, the first name. Caught up with the numbers. That's Felix Jones, number 25. I was thinking back to Reggie Bush, who started that whole thing.
Well, it's been a lot of, we talked about Gus Malzahn and the trickery, I guess you'd call it the Wildcat formation. There's been a little bit of that all year for Arkansas.
Well, they worked on this in the spring, this Wildcat formation, and Houston Nutt's brother, one of his three brothers, Danny Nutt, the running back coach, also given credit for coming up for it. Here it is again. This time, Felix Jones gets around the corner, gets a block from Monk. There's a flag down. The touchdown, I think, is going to be brought back.
Yeah, this is a silly penalty late by Stephen Parker, number 74. There's no way Alonzo Highsmith could have made this tackle. Allie Highsmith could have made this tackle, and Parker gets a late clip on the play.
Doing the run, clip, number 74, offense. Penalties 15 yards from the spot of the foul to the second down.
Now watch where Highsmith is and Parker is. There's no way Highsmith is going to catch, and then watch Parker. He's going to get Ollie Highsmith in the ankles right. There's no way Highsmith's going to get it, and there's the clip from behind right there. That's an easy call.
Sure it is.
He was by that man by 6 yards. It was an unnecessary block, and that was a good call, Houston. That was a good call.
What could not be argued?
Now, that's home. You try to get the crowd in. You're working on the next one, I guess.
Okay. Wipes out a 39-yard touchdown. Casey Dick, deep from McFadden. Man for man. Flag is down on Chevis Jackson, I believe.
Yep.
This is not a spot foul in college football. They got 3 flags. We've got a plethora of handkerchiefs.
I want you football fans to think about this. This is a running back going against a skilled corner, okay, running a stutter pass, and look at his ball skills are. This is McFadden. He went into motion. This is a skilled corner to the outside. Chevis Jackson, now watch the stutter.
Pass interference.
Goes in.
Number 21, defense. The penalty's 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
That would have been caught had that not been interference by Jackson. Look at the ball skills for this guy. Reminiscent of another number 5, only this guy's about 20 pounds bigger and 3 inches taller. Your turn, the push, right?
Yeah.
That was clearly. Les Miles can't even argue with that one.
The other 5 is Reggie.
Yep.
Of course. Yeah. They've got the Wildcat formation this time. Nothing doing.
Look, we talked about the trick plays that Arkansas has used this year. We saw it early against Alabama, the swinging gate. This was one where Houston Nutt tried to ice the game. Then the Woody play against Auburn, handed off to Reggie Fish, and he goes around to one side. And then the reverse pass against Mississippi State, where 4 key players touch the ball, and Monk ends up with trick plays by Houston Nutt.
Second down and 9 now. Here's Dick. The handoff goes to Felix Jones. To the 30-yard line, it will be third and a short one, possibly 2. Chase Pittman makes the tackle. The gain is of 7. Now McFadden and Felix Jones listed as the second most productive running duo. They are the most productive running backs, right, because the West Virginia tandem includes a quarterback.
Yeah, well, he's starting to be a quarterback too.
Yeah, that's right.
Here he is at quarterback again.
Timeout.
Boy, is he comfortable back there. That did not go well. You know, it just didn't feel well. The motion didn't go right. He just took a nice, calm timeout.
14-6, time call.
Stop. Back up. Turn right. Turn right. Straight ahead. Turn left at intersection. Destination ahead.
Navigate your holidays.
smooth, never bitter Negra Modelo.
As you near retirement, we understand how financial priorities may change. We're TIAA CREF. With our range of income choices, protection strategies, and personalized objective advice, we have the expertise to guide you through the complexities of living in retirement, so we can help you spend yours the way you want. TIAA CREF. Financial services for the greater good.
Murder. Mind control.
Sensory deprivation, chemical treatment.
A CIA conspiracy. Think you know what I'm thinking?
I hope not.
Number CBS tonight.
Back in Little Rock, and time now for the answer to the, here comes the duck, trivia question. What is the lasting legacy the city of Little Rock provided to the LSU football program? Well, you see War Memorial Stadium, and just to the left is the Little Rock Zoo. In 1936, the LSU student body raised $750 to purchase a Bengal tiger named Sheik from the Little Rock Zoo. The tiger was renamed Mike to honor the LSU athletic trainer of that era, Mike Chambers. And just a little footnote, Mike Chambers played football with Red Grange at Illinois.
Ties it all together, right?
Of course it does.
Yeah, that's right.
If we try and connect it all, we'll stitch it. I would imagine Houston Nutt's dad took him to that zoo several times when he was growing up here. Third down.
This has been the change-up with this formation. Arkansas is using an unbalanced line in the Wildcat this game. First time they've showed that.
Mike Smith is the motion guy. McFadden has it. Comes left. Watch the stiff arm. Oh, boy. There it was on Derry Beckwith. That's a first down, Arkansas.
Just a little different look for LSU. You don't want your defensive players to get real comfortable. Give them something to think about. This time you fake the wide handoff. Smith, power inside. Great block up front by that very physical offensive line for Arkansas. Robert Felton, number 61, just got a pancake.
Here are the numbers in that Wildcat formation. This is Casey Dick in the end zone. Incidental contact. Jonathan Zeman as Monk was the intended receiver.
This was a quick huddle. It was kind of a little trick play again. They go run up to the huddle and they snap it quick. They got one-on-one and they just go for it. This was going to go to Monk all the way. One-on-one. Throw it up there. Jump ball. Zeman nudges him, and that could have been called. I'm telling you, that could have been called. This time I agreed with all the groaning.
On second down, they hand it off to Felix Jones to the 21-yard line. Charles Alexander makes the tackle. So, reverberation of boos after the no call on Zeman.
It's funny, you talk to the coordinators, and Vern and I talked to Bo Pelini by phone one of the 2 days, and Tuesday or Wednesday, and Bo Pelini says the quick motions should not affect us. Our players shouldn't even look at it. It's affected them. You know, you can talk about things on the blackboard, but when it gets on the field, it's different.
Now LSU looks like they might be sending 6 or 7. Casey Dick, 5 yards back. Comes the blitz. Dick. Oh, behind Monk. He makes the grab. Wow. Nifty catch. How about that? Marcus Monk, touchdown. Fought his way into the end zone.
This play was called from the press box. Casey Dick faked the snap. He looked over, saw there was no safety man-to-man, and they called this audible, a quick out to Monk. Wasn't executed great by the quarterback, but boy, was it nice by Monk.
That's his 23rd of his career. It equals the school record. He now shares it with Anthony Lucas. 23 touchdowns for Marcus Monk, who is in his junior year.
Watch
They will
this,
go
right out
for
to the
2.
flat.
There's the lob in the corner, maybe too much. Yes.
Same play they used against Alabama. Quick huddle, go to the flat with the tailback, and that was seen by the coaches also from LSU. They were ready. Now you look, called from the sideline. Anybody can see this. You're up in the box. There's nobody back here. You know it's man-to-man. You know LSU's coming. The call is right here. Let's get away from it. Safe play. catch, and what happened to that great tackling? I'll tell you, Jonathan Zeenan went to steal the ball, and he didn't make the tackle. Watch Zeenan. Tried to steal the ball, and Monk says, I'm going to steal 6 points.
brains on that defensive team.
Yeah, they do. Lost Freddie Fairchild, the linebacker, starting linebacker earlier. Right now they've taken Richardson out of the game. Jeanette is in, number 4 down here for Richardson. You're struggling at corner, you got to make a change.
Second down, 1. Williams hit, driven down, but he might. Well, I think he's short of the first down. Randy Kelly makes the tackle, number 6. Let's see what kind of spot we've got here. It'll be third down.
Yeah, you saw that, and I think Jimbo Fisher, the coordinator for LSU, saw that, and he'll file that away. A free safety making a tackle on second and short in the backfield. Don't think we won't say a play action pass on a long one. Burns put into the end zone already.
Even I can figure that out. That's a quarterback sneak, and you got Jamarcus Russell at 6'6", 2. Oh, a fumble. How about that?
On what play?
You can hardly see the ball come out. Remember the big play in the Florida game, Jamarcus Russell's fumble at the 1.
Yep, just like that. Remember that play. Sometimes I wonder, there's still a discussion going on in the field right here between the officials, but it's going to go to Arkansas. If being 6'6" doesn't hamper him a bit, let's say there's a snap, getting the sack inside from Helms, starts going. No, this one he clearly had. 6'6" didn't hurt him here. The ball just came out.
Are they looking at this? Nope.
Well, you see how
they are looking at it, but it's not stopped.
Arkansas is up there to try to snap it quickly right now. Now they're going to take a peek at it.
Zach Tubbs got into a pass blocking stance rather quickly. Here's Rocky Good.
LSU would like to have the last play challenge.
Now here's the problem here. So far what we've seen, it just looks like a mass of bodies to me. It's called the fumble. We'd have to get in way, way closer than that. It's called the fumble.
And that is key here. Is there enough to overturn the original call?
Oh yeah, he ripped it out. I think that was ripped out by Keith Jackson, to tell you the truth, number 99. Daddy was in the booth before. Number big 99. I think gets in on Jamarcus Russell. I mean, nothing you see right here. You can't see it not being out, right?
No, that looks like a rookie.
Can't unring the bell here.
Right. And there's the beanbag thrown down, indicating the call of a fumble.
Good spot, Vern.
And Les Miles has used a timeout for his one challenge in the game.
Yeah.
And I don't see anything that would indicate there's evidence to overturn the call.
Unless we've got one of those umpire cameras in the umpire's hat. We don't have one of those.
No, we don't have one. Well, Les Miles is getting an earful from Jamarcus Russell.
Well, the other way around.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Usually, see, he's from the Bow School. Usually the coach yells at the quarterback. That's the way I've experienced in my whole career, at least.
Well, this is as definitive as we can get.
Mass of bodies. They couldn't have had a better view.
And the official who dropped the beanbag, indicating a fumble on the far side of the field, had, I think, by far the best view of what happened in there. And we don't, there's the signal. I just can't see this one getting overturned at all.
After further review, the play as called on the field stands. There's a charge timeout for LSU. The second timeout of the half.
What I question, Gary, is someone in the booth looking at the play on television and telling Les Miles.
Now remember, in college ball, the coaches are not allowed to have a booth camera. So this was just a feel. It's a first half timeout. They're not as valuable as second half timeouts, and he just, all right, let's just slow it down and just make sure it was Les's idea. I don't think that's a killer. Oh, look at that. You can see it now. The competition on the road has been a lot different, as we showed a little earlier.
Yeah, they haven't played Tulane on the road.
Yes, that happened. First down and 10. No one's played a road schedule like LSU. Come on, let's be honest here. You ask Ohio State or Michigan to play LSU's road schedule, might be a little different record.
At Auburn, they lost 7-3
And if it is, so be it. It just seems to me that this field is rather new, and McFadden doesn't look like he can cut quite as well on this field as he can all year. He seems to be slipping a little bit to me.
They'll hand it out of the Wildcat to Felix Jones. Stiff arms Jackson. Jackson slides down and makes the tackle at the ankles. Good defensive job after the initial contact. How about these two, McFadden and Jones?
It's so nice how they get leverage to get outside so quickly. You just go, you snap it to good running back. Here comes another good running back. And I can hear all the old coaches, those guys, they're probably 65, 70 years old now, that ran the wing tee and the single wing, saying, I knew that offense was good and should have never stopped running that offense.
There's McFadden coming to the left side at the 35-yard line. Tackle made by Jason.
Remember? Get yourself a big running back.
Yeah.
Big offensive line. Snap it to him. You don't have to do all this film study and everything like that. You just run the ball.
Vividly.
Do you?
Yes, I do. And I resent you calling 65-year-olds old.
Well,
you just wait.
That's true. That's true.
2nd and 7.
This is reminiscent of the second quarter against Tennessee when Arkansas just featured this Wildcat formation.
Now here's the reverse. Back it goes to Robert Johnson. That's tipped. And no, Ben Cleveland. How about that one? Robert Johnson, who caught a pass on the first series, threw this one. He was the starting quarterback against Southern California.
Well, give LSU credit on this one. They were ready for trick plays, and that time you had someone stay at home. Danny McCray, number 44, a freshman, by the way, and Cleveland could have caught that one. It was right there, but, you know, it's interesting. Your original starting quarterback, Robert Johnson, might be the worst thrower out of all the guys I've seen so far. That's the guy who played against USC, right there.
In that game, it was a close game at the half. Arkansas gave it away 5 times. There they tried a middle on 3rd down and get nothing. And they're well beyond the field goal range of Jeremy Davis. Well, that was a much anticipated season opener. Robert Johnson scored on a 1-yard run in the second quarter that cut the lead to 6. But up 16-7 to start the third, Southern Cal scored 28 straight points to put the game out of reach and win by 36. And amazingly, after that, they beat Utah State. They get a breath of wind that keeps a field goal from going over at Vandy. They win in Fayetteville in overtime against Alabama, and then the big win at Auburn, 27-10.
You're right. And how about that Alabama game? We did that Arkansas-Alabama game and stood up in the box before that game and said, this might be a turning point for both teams. Will Alabama or Arkansas go on for here? It was Arkansas.
Haven't been beaten since. Time's called.
I've always wanted a farm, like my grandparents used to have, with a stable, you know, for the horses. A place where everyone can get together. Kids, grandkids, all my cousins, the whole family. And then pass it on to all the generations that come after me.
You once made a promise to yourself about your future. At John Hancock, we have the products you need to help build, protect, and sustain the future you've always wanted. John Hancock, the future is yours. Too bad everything doesn't work as well
position are the Razorbacks. It bounces back outside and goes out at the 13-yard line. So another effective punt by Jacob Skinner. Tonight on Close to Home, the verdict of a murder case is only the beginning of the most compelling episode of the season. Jennifer Finnegan and David James Elliott star in a new Close to Home tonight on CBS. 14-12. 118, now 117. The clock starts on a ready-for-play indication. This is Ali Broussard's first carry of the game, number 22. We talked about that 50-14 thrashing from Southern Cal. Since then, look at the right side.
Yeah.
12 points allowed per game. The defensive yardage way down. Turnovers forced, all of which leads to 10 wins in a row.
Well, and you know, USC's a great team. I mean, they're a great team, but if you're playing Arkansas without McFadden and a quarterback, I like a lot of teams against Arkansas without McFadden and a quarterback.
McFadden did play in that game, but limited to 42 yards.
Yeah.
Recall that he was playing with a dislocated and surgically repaired left big toe.
It's good strategy by LSU. You don't want to make a mistake down here. Give life to it. Don't have a lot of timeouts left. 14-12 going into halftime.
Geico halftime report coming up. Archie Manning has joined Tim and Spencer in our New York studios. We'll be going back there for an update on all that's going on. Well, Larry Coker fired today at the University of Miami. Just a bitterly disappointing season. Are you surprised?
No, it had to be done. Too many good players there. They need to win too many games. Not acceptable. Not a good enough record.
Let's go down to Tracy, who is with Houston Nutt.
Thanks, guys. Coach, 2 touchdowns against the #1 defense in the country in the first half. How have you been so successful running the ball?
Our guys really came out, wanted to play hard. We know how good they are. They are a great defense. That's why they're the #1 defense in the country. But we got to stay on our blocks a little bit better. We got some good backs, but we got to hold our blocks a little bit longer.
Down just 2. What will you tell your team in the locker room?
Hey, 30 minutes is who wants us the most to me right now. Who wants us the most?
Thanks a lot, Coach. Back to you guys.
All right, Tracy, thank you. That's the end of the first half. LSU leads it by 2. Now let's go back to Tim Brendo in our New York studios.
Thank you, Vern. Happy holidays. Coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, Spencer, Archie, and I will have all of today's scores and highlights, including Texas now needs help to clinch the Big 12 South, while Miami needs a new coach. After this word from your local station.
Dennis Haysbert stars in the unit. CBS Tuesdays.
Hello? It's for you.
I coached for 27 years. It helped me being a better person. Because after all, you have to give those kids a good example. Almost anywhere you go in the city, there's a break point. That's another thing break does for kids. It helps them become good humans. Sports are competitive, and that's what life is about. It all starts at break.
Bowie Outfitters, everything outdoors. Staffed by people who hunt and fish. Guns, knives, camo, ammo, archery, clothing, rods, reels, tackle, and more. If you need outdoor gear, Bowie Outfitters has it. Unsurpassed customer service and competitive pricing. Bowie Outfitters, everything outdoors. On Perkins between Essen and Blue Bonnet.
The Geico Halftime Report. Geico.com. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geico Halftime Report. I'm Tim Brando with the score in Little Rock. LSU leading Arkansas 14-12. I'm joined by a very full Spencer Tillman and special guest Archie Manning. Archie, this game it's everything that we thought it would be.
Just like we said, the most talented team, best-looking team in the Southeastern Conference against the team that's played the best throughout the year. Great game.
Hey, man, Jamarcus Russell has 2 signature wins for his entire career. They've happened in the last 2 weeks. He's going for a third right now, but Arkansas has matched him blow for blow. This Arkansas team is for real, guys.
All right, getting right to the scoreboard. Texas seeking a berth in the Big 12 championship game. Take a look at Stephen McGee here.
Stephen McGee, they got it in bunches and pieces there. 3 different backs over 50 yards. McGee here gets 41 of them here on the nice scamper. Mixed the extra point, though, that did put him up 6-0.
And not enough of this for Texas. Jamal Charles, 6-yard touchdown run. 4 interceptions on the day, just 70 yards rushing for the Longhorns.
This is the game winner for Stephen McGee. Calls his own number. And Texas quarterback Colt McCoy with time winding down.
Leading with the helmet.
Leading with the helmet that hit. Head and neck injuries. No report from doctors as to his situation. We'll update you as soon as we find out. 12-7 the final, and Oklahoma, if they beat Okie State, will win the Big 12 South. In the Big 12 North, Nebraska and Colorado are tied at 7. And in the 110th edition of the Civil War, it's a 7-0 lead, Oregon State over the Quack Attack. So it looks like Dennis Franchione may have saved his job, but it was a disappointing season for the Miami Hurricanes on and off the field. And today, it came as no surprise that head coach Larry Coker was fired, Archie.
Well, we talked about Larry Coker winning a national championship, almost won another one. And we talked about the 6 losses this year, but is this really about how the program came unglued, stomping on the logo at Louisville, the brawl against Florida International, and the tragic murder of Brian Patton?
Well, Larry Coker recruited me when I was at Oklahoma. That's been over 23 years ago, guys. But what has happened since that bowl game, that loss, 31-point differential in that one, the 3 melees, and the unexplained death of an icon on that football team was enough. They made the right decision in firing Larry Coker today.
With facilities and enrollment being what it is at that school, if they don't get a dynamo, conventional wisdom is that program could spiral downward. What dynamos are available this year?
When you look at it, who would be at the top of my short list? Greg Schiano at Rutgers in Piscataway. He's the guy that has demonstrated himself over his 6-year run there, establishing a championship caliber team. But outside of him, there's not a whole lot of coaches out there that fit the bill.
Rich Rodriguez is a dynamo, and I said it before, Tommy Tuberville spent 8 years at the University of Miami.
One for the thumb. And by the way, that other school in Alabama, I'm told sometime today, one way or the other, we're going to figure out what the situation with Mike Shula really is. What are you hearing, Archie?
I don't know if Mike Shula is going to be coaching at Alabama or not next year. Whoever, if it's Mike Shula or whoever, they're going to win. He's got that program in great shape and ready to go.
I think he gets an extra year, guys, because if you change coaches right now, what do you got? 4 coaches over a 7-year period? That's a little bit too much instability for a storied program. I think he gets 1 more year, considering the conditions that were there when he took over.
What did Houston Nutt's record? What was it last year?
4-7, 5 and 6 year before that.
Yeah, thank you. Alabama should pay heed to that. Alabama Yacht Club, are you listening? Coming up, we'll talk about which one-loss team has the best shot at making it to the BCS championship game when the Geico halftime report continues.
They can be aviation electricians, pharmacists, computer technicians, but no matter which path they choose, they all start right here.
I did all my research, and I can get money for college.
If your son or daughter wants to talk about the Army, listen. You made them strong. We'll make them Army strong. To learn more about the Army's 150 different career opportunities, visit GoArmy.com.
Trust. It's everything. Nobody hands out trust. Talent is one thing. Combine talent with people you trust, and you will walk on that court with a level of respect no one can match.
The Hartford, a company built on 195 years of trust. Ask your advisor what the Hartford can do to help you plan for your future. Because you're not preparing to retire. You're preparing to live.
Welcome back to the much-anticipated matchup between the Eagles and the Bulldogs. The Eagles to receive. Let's go down to the field and get a real quick report from Meg Shipley. Meg?
The Eagles are hoping their potent offense can penetrate the Bulldogs' number 3 ranked defense. Now, I believe we're seeing some parachutes coming down. Mike, are you seeing this from up there?
Absolutely, Meg, and I have no explanation for what's going on right now, but
first million people to register at freebreakfastnow.com and get a coupon for a free Chick-fil-A breakfast entree.
This is the story of Steve and Mike. Steve got Sirius satellite radio with over 130 channels. Mike chose regular radio with only a few stations and commercials. Steve got all kinds of music with no commercials. Mike got more commercials. Steve got every NFL game. Mike got angry. Steve got comedy. Mike got angrier. Steve was happy even in traffic. Mike, we're guessing, will finally change his radio. Now get a radio and 3-month subscription for less than $99. Say yes to Sirius, the best radio on radio.
4,800 student athletes. 2,200 named to academic honor roll. 17 named first team academic All-American. 12 universities. One mission. The Southeastern Conference, equipping tomorrow's leaders today.
It goes boom. Everybody get drunk, put your hands up, throw 'em up. It's P.A. in the place we be. You know the cats couldn't wait. See, it go boom. I came to give you what you want, that dumb, to make you get drunk, put your hands up.
Welcome back to our New York studios. A reminder, the Home Depot SEC on CBS continues tomorrow with a Peach State rivalry. Number 15, Georgia Tech and Georgia, and it all begins at 3 o'clock Eastern with TIAA Cref College football today. Ohio State has claimed its spot in the BCS title game. Now the question is, who will they face? Well, you're taking a look at the BCS standings. Only the top 6 teams realistically have a shot at the championship. But chances are slim for Arkansas. They can't jump USC because the Trojans pummeled the Hogs to open the season. Even if USC loses and Arkansas wins the SEC, the Razorbacks likely wouldn't vault past Michigan in the polls. Now, if Notre Dame beats USC, the Irish also wouldn't be able to get past Michigan because the Wolverines pounded them earlier this season. So who has a shot at playing the Buckeyes? The field is narrowed to one-loss Michigan, USC, and Florida. Michigan made its case for a rematch last week. Now it remains to be seen if they can hold off the Trojans and the Gators, doesn't it, Spencer?
I'm liking Florida right now, guys, because you know what? If Arkansas holds serves and beats LSU today, that props them up. Florida goes in and knocks them off in the SEC championship game. Florida, that stout defense of theirs, forget about that back four. That's the only glaring weakness. They are a stout ball club right now. I think that the defense combined with their running game that's starting to emerge right now, that puts Florida in a position to play for the championship.
A lot of love, huh? It's all about love.
Well, I love Michigan, but I think y'all were expecting me to take Southern Cal in this argument right here. Does strength of schedule come into play right here?
It should.
Well, how about 36-point win over Arkansas at the beginning of the year, 18 over Big 12 North champion Nebraska. They beat Cal 23-9. Now, if Southern Cal knocks off Notre Dame on Saturday, that's a pretty impressive schedule. Ever since the meltdown in Corvallis, this Southern Cal team looks more and more like last year's team.
It really does. I'm going to tell you, fellas, I think Michigan is in a very good spot, and I think we will have a rematch, but I think we'll have it for all the wrong reasons. Be sure to join us on Sunday for the NFL on CBS. It's regional action. Most of you will see the Steelers and the Ravens, or the Raiders and the Chargers, and it all begins at noon Eastern with the NFL today. Well, thanks for watching the Geico Halftime Report. Coming up, the second half of LSU and Arkansas.
CBS Sports presents the Geico Halftime Report. Geico.com. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
So, tell me in your own words a little bit about Geico.
Well, it's one-stop shopping, really, Geico.com. You can get a free rate quote, you could compare coverage options, you could file a claim, pay your bill online, even, have a little chat with an associate if you need help.
What about you? Can they chat with you?
I'm here for Geico, love. Let's not delve into my personal life, eh?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
You love our burgers, and that's just the beginning. Introducing our premium age prime sirloin, cut from the best of the best beef.
Prime is what a steak lover lives for.
Almost too tender for a knife, too juicy for words. And try our new fresh jumbo lump crab cake. All jumbo lump meat, nearly no cake. Uncompromising quality, incredible freshness. Yours always, Ruby Tuesday.
Hi, is it credit or debit? Debit. Is that the card that puts money in
buddy.
Sounds good, Jim. Jimbo. Jimmy Boy, the Jimster. Jimmy Crackcorn, and I don't care. Jim? I mean, Mr. McDermott? Sir?
Switch to singular with the fewest dropped calls. Now buy a Samsung phone and get 3 free.
With every kiss, with every step, love grows. Celebrate life's journey together with the Journey Diamond Necklace from Kay Jewelers. Multiple diamonds arranged from smallest to largest to symbolize how love has grown. From Kay, where every diamond is hand-selected to match beautifully.
Every kiss begins with Kay. Welcome to the now neighborhood you own. Oh yeah, easy eyes. Power to the dreamers, the future's in your hands. Shooting for the stars, juggling at the chance. Just letting it in. Welcome to the now neighborhood you own. Oh
Halftime on this glorious day after Thanksgiving in Little Rock, Arkansas. LSU with a 14-12 lead. After the holiday weekend, start your Monday night with comedy. Don't miss a new How I Met Your Mother, Monday at 8, 7 Central on CBS, America's #1 network. At the beginning of our broadcast, you heard the voice of Arkansas radio broadcaster Mike Nail in what we call the tease. For today's SEC Sonic Moment presented by Sonic, we want to take you back to 2002 and legendary Arkansas broadcaster Paul Eel's call of the Miracle on Markham.
There's the snap. Jones looking. Jones now throwing to the end zone, and it is complete! I can't believe it! Carlton will kick it. It is on the way, and it is up. It is good! Oh, my! Arkansas is headed to Atlanta.
Paul Eels died in a car accident en route from Fayetteville to Little Rock after playing in Houston Nuts Golf Tournament in late July last summer. This state lost a treasure. He was the play-by-play broadcaster for Arkansas for 28 years, and in his memory, all players on this squad are wearing this decal, the PE, remembering Paul Eels. We'll return in a moment.
Come on, give me a hint.
Okay, amazing bright colors.
Yeah?
Perfect clarity. Open your eyes!
It's gotta be a Vizio.
Surprise her with a Vizio. Don't bother with a small box. Now you can get a Vizio 42-inch LCD HD TV for only $11.99. It's just one reason why we're the fastest growing flat panel company in America. Go to VizioTV.com. Vizio, where vision meets value.
For those in the academic, medical, cultural, and research fields beginning to think about their financial future, we're TIAA CREF. We have more than 85 years expertise building retirement plans just for you. Let our experience and personalized objective advice help you meet your retirement goals, starting today. TIAA CREF, financial services for the greater good.
USA, we get megapixels and megabytes. We get that airport gates don't have nearly enough outlets for charging. That big games play better on big screens. And that the new 4.5-inch Sony Vaio Micro PC with Intel Core Solo Processor, XP Pro, and touchscreen puts the power of a PC in the palm of your hand. So get yours now at CompUSA. We got it, we get it.
When the names of the first graduating class of 1876 were drawn in concrete, the University of Arkansas's Senior Walk became a benchmark for all future students. The tradition now winds 3 miles across a campus that proudly embraces its past and the future endowed by $1 billion fundraising campaign. The names include world leaders, scientists, teachers, and famous Razorbacks. The University of Arkansas, where every graduate is carved into history.
Brilliant late November Friday afternoon from Little Rock, Arkansas. Our game being brought to you in high-definition television. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Tracy Wolfson. Here with Arkansas and LSU, 2 top 10 teams early to set. 1 of 2 men back as LSU will receive the football to begin the third quarter. Arkansas scored first, missed the extra point, 6-0. LSU went on top 7-6, then made it 14-6. Arkansas with the last touchdown and Favre's kick goes through the end zone, touchback. It comes out to the 20. And a moment ago, Tracy Wolfson with LSU head coach Les Miles.
Coach, your top-rated defense gave up 2 touchdowns, 125 yards rushing. What adjustments do you need to make?
Well, we had guys in the right place. We need to tackle crisply. We understand what they're doing. We need to get our feet down and start playing ball. If it goes the way it's supposed to, our defense will show up as half.
What were the words for your team in the locker room?
Well, just understand what we're doing. Come out and play our style of ball. This is our half. Settle down and play LSU football.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Back to you guys.
Jamarcus Russell had a terrific first half, 9 of 10 for 119 yards. He hands it off to Keelan Williams, who gets nothing here. Well, the thing I guess we most enjoyed offensively was this wildcat formation with Arkansas.
It's really a good strategic football game. I disagree with Les a little bit. I think that motion package for Arkansas has that LSU defense on their heels. That's why they're not playing so aggressively. I think more of M&M, McFadden and Monk for Arkansas. But for LSU, throw the ball. Come on. You got a quarterback that's abusing these guys. I'd just give it a little look at the running game and throw it.
2nd and 10. See if they do here. Toss. Keelan Williams going left. End in and caught and dropped at the 20-yard line.
The Arkansas defensive backs are going to play man-to-man. Chris Houston's okay with his guys, but Dwayne Bowe's handled him a couple times. As you look at the numbers right there, you can see LSU rushed the ball. Not much, you know.
Averaging 163 yards per game coming in. And they look at a 3rd and 10 here. Buster Davis goes wide left. Doucette and Bowe both wide right. And it is Chris Houston on Dwayne Bowe. Bottom of the screen. Blitz coming again. Russell steps up. Oh my goodness. How about that to Justin Vincent? And Vincent all the way out to the 47. What a heads-up play by Jamarcus Russell.
You can't say it any better than that. Now, he's getting pulled down from behind. It's an all-out blitz. Randy Kelly is going to come on the safety blitz. They wrap up the big guy. But the big guy, Weston Dacus is going to tell you, is 260 pounds, and he flips it out after he's wrapped up for a big play on 3rd down.
Justin Vincent, that's a 26-yard gain and a first down 10 at the 46. Motion. Ernest Mitchell appears to have penetrated the neutral zone. And he's going to get a quick hook and is brought out of the game.
Dead ball. All stars. No, excuse me. All sides. Number 90, defense. First down.
Jamarcus Russell not known, Gary, as a runner, but the last 2 or 3 games beginning at Tennessee.
Yeah, a little bit. And even that 4th quarter drive against last week against Ole Miss, he ran the ball for 22 yards. but he also rushed it.
First down and 5. Left side, Hester. That should be close to another first down.
And Hester's a great north-south runner. Just one of those guys that recruited all these backs. I've said this before about LSU, all these pretty backs that can take it the distance. Broussard, Vincent, Keelan Williams. But the guy Les Moss and Jimbo Fisher trust the most is Hester.
Played at the Evangel High School, much publicized private high school in the Shreveport area.
Same as John David Booty, right?
Yes, as a matter of fact. First down.
I think LSU, if they, there's always things you can look back and have over again. They pulled that one out against Tennessee. I mean, let's be honest, that could have gone either way. And then 2 fourth-down plays on that drive. But if they could go back and play that Auburn game again, I think they'd like to play that one. They just say, why did we not throw the ball in that game early?
Wound up losing it 7-3. First down and 10. Vincent is the deep back in the eye. Jamarcus Russell, lots of time. Goes deep right side. Dwayne Bowe, double coverage. Incomplete. Randy Kelly came over to help Chris Houston on that one. Well, that Auburn game in Auburn, a 7-3 defeat. Very controversial pass play late in the game.
Yeah, and you had it in the last play to Craig Davis right there to the 5-yard line. Can't blame the quarterback on that. Guys hoping to throw it. Here's the Florida game. That's the holding call, I guess, on a touchdown. Remember, the next play was over a couple plays later. It was overturned. Hester inches away. His elbow goes down. That was a good call, and then the fumble. What could have been on the road. Of course, 5 turnovers in that game by LSU.
So those were the 2 LSU defeats this year. They come into this one 9-2. Whistle blew. I don't see a flag.
I think the bench from LSU called that. Yes.
That's their first timeout of this half.
Excuse me.
I think from upstairs, Jimbo Fisher did not like that formation and called that play on that timeout.
11:28 to go in the third. Time call.
Oh, you're home early.
What's the point? Everyone's giving all those great gifts from Home Depot this year. Oh, where's the remote?
This year, the Home Depot is the place for great gifts, like a Magic Chef wine cooler for just $79.99, or a Charm Glow gas grill with side burner for $199. Only at the Home Depot.
You've been looking forward to a celebration this big all year. It's Red Lobster's Big Seafood Festival, a feast of new combinations of our biggest seafood. Indulge in rock lobster tail, king crab, and jumbo scampi. Only at Red Lobster.
2 out of every 3 Pontiacs sold have 200 horsepower or more. 2 out of 3 get 30 highway miles per gallon or better. They all come with the best coverage in America. In this holiday season, we tag each one in red. And the price on that tag is the price you'll pay. Google Pontiac and check it out for yourself. The Pontiac Red Tag event. See some red, save some green. Built comfortable. Built strong. Built right. Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans. Wrangler, real, comfortable jeans.
Pro football fans, with CBSSportsLine.com Sunday Game Center, you'll never miss a play, stat, or story. Log on now for live scoring and breaking news updates, all free at CBSSportsLine.com.
Opening drive, third quarter. LSU leads it 14-12. What's at stake for them if they can finish out with a win? A 10-win season and a possible BCS Bowl on the horizon. For Arkansas, they've won 10 in
Jacob Hester, and Elijah Butu was there to pick it up.
I'll tell you, the wide receivers did not do a good job blocking downfield. Craig Davis missed his block, but see Elijah Butu. Craig Davis was supposed to block him and misjudged the speed by Elijah Butu right there. One of the best open field tacklers and quick starters in college football.
Last third down in this drive, back at the 20-yard line, Russell was in the process of being sacked, and he alertly shoveled it forward to Justin Vincent. Let's see what Arkansas does now.
Now here's the matchup that's been a problem for Arkansas. Richardson out there.
Here comes the blitz again. Randy Kelly. They're back. He throws it away. It's caught but short, and a flag is down at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, I think there's going to be holding by Arkansas on this one, isn't there?
That would be my guess. Keith Jackson, number 99, was right at Jamarcus Russell. And Early Doucette limping as he gets up.
I think Vanette, number 4 that time, was just too physical on the play.
Holding on the defense. The pass was across the line of scrimmage. The hold was on an eligible receiver. The penalty's 10 yards from the previous spot. An automatic first down.
Boy, oh boy. Another 3rd and long. That's the 4th in this game, I believe.
Yep. Well, and Vanette was not identified, but he is pulled from the field.
I think it was Early Doucette who he was trying to cover. It's one of those reversals. He goes inside, Doucette does. When he comes out, looks like he grabbed him a bit.
Now, Ali Broussard is on the field for LSU. So second, 3rd and long conversion in this drive. Here's the handoff to Broussard. Quick open to the left side. Spins down to the 26.
Fred Helms, nice job that time. Center for the LSU team. That offensive line has gotten better. You know, we saw them earlier. They're more physical. They do a better job of putting their helmets on the defenders and pushing them out of the way.
Take a look at the previous play where the hold was called. This is the contact at the quarterback.
Yeah, I actually think the hold actually might have happened a little bit before that, to tell you the truth. When Doucette reversed his field, that's when the hold happened.
Draw play. Broussard bangs up the middle, has a first down at the 21-yard line. An impressive opening drive by LSU, particularly that 26-yard gain on 3rd and 10, and then shooting themselves in the foot. Arkansas with a holding.
Well, think about that. If you're an Arkansas fan, you basically had him stopped twice. You know, he had a sack on Jamarcus where he flips the ball to Justin Vincent, and then right down here, just a little bit less hands on Early Doucette. Even if you let him catch it and tackle him, they're not going to get a first down.
9th play of the drive. Broussard with a 15. And it allows us to spend a moment back in New York for this Liberty Mutual update. Here's Tim Brennan.
Fellas, if Arkansas leads the SEC in trade plays, how about Nebraska here in the Big 12? Joe Gans, a backup quarterback, takes the snap, hits Barry Turner, a 29-yard touchdown on a fake field goal, giving Nebraska the lead by 7 over Colorado, nearing halftime there. Vern?
All right, thank you, Tim. 9th play of the drive here to open the 3rd quarter. Here's Broussard again. Out all of last year with a knee problem. Had some weight issues earlier this season.
You know, I remember doing an LSU game. I guess it was the Tennessee game when I kind of questioned Les Moss. I go, what are these plays for? They can easily be throwing the ball right now. They got the hot quarterback, and then they faked the punt. Remember, and Les, I said, excuse me, Les. Well, you know, in this drive right here, I called for the pass. What has he done? Run the ball 7 times, thrown it 3 times. He does his game. Give him credit. Les Miles runs his offense.
3rd and 2. Jordan is the fullback. Broussard is the D-back. Broussard follows Jordan's effort and appears to have enough for a first down at the 10-yard line. Weston Dacus, number 30, made the tackle.
Yeah, they're sticking it right up the middle against this Arkansas defense. I like Les Miles, don't you?
Yes.
We had dinner with him, came up, talked to us. Very emotional. Flew down for that service for Bo on Monday. Flew back in time for practice. I'd like to get that shuttle. Didn't work for my travel. He was back.
Oh, back up the bus and complain to me. Oh, listen to you.
inside, pitch out. He's got Keelan Williams, and watch him straighten up. He runs sideways to the sideline, but he keeps his shoulders square to the running back. That's why he's able to face up and make that tackle. Beautiful technique. Now, this is where LSU likes to use that wide receiver screen, don't they? We've seen it before. I'll bet you'll get a little bow on the wide receiver screen.
And Bo goes left, and so does Chris Houston, who's following him all day long. Davis is to the right side. DeMarcus Russell rolling right, flips it out as receiver slip. Justin Vincent at the 10-yard line. And so here we go, Gary, another 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and this one I think is almost a must-stop for this Arkansas defense. Not because they're going to lose the game. It's just they need a stop. This defense needs to have some positive feedback, and if another 3rd down conversion here, I think they might go in a little funk.
And so
Doucette back on the field. They're going to have their 3 receivers.
Vanette and Olajubudu come on defensively. Davis to the top. Doucette and Bo to the right, bottom of the screen.
You got it. This is where they like to run that receiver screen.
It's Houston on Bo. Russell never saw the man coming from the corner, and the pass should have been picked off by Vanette. He dropped it.
Well, this is a busted assignment by LSU. The sack leader in the SEC is Jamal Anderson. He's right here. Nobody touches him. You can't have a nobody touch. The guy has 10 sacks, a full run at Jamarcus Russell. That is a busted assignment for LSU, and it almost cost him.
Robinson instead of Anderson.
Oh, excuse me, that was 97. Okay. Yep, still just, he's got 6.5 sacks.
Colt David to add 3. Matt Flynn, the backup quarterback, with the hold. The snap is down. Kick is up and right through.
2 defensive ends. My mistake. I thought it was Anderson. It was Robinson. The other side. He comes untouched. Has one right in the back, and he lays it right into number 2.
Florida and Arkansas are rooting big time for Georgia. A lot of key games still to be defensive play for Arkansas in the third quarter. They handed it off in the reverse to Darren McFadden. Boy, is he quick.
He is, isn't he?
Oh.
Really is something to watch. I don't know if the TV kind of shows it the way it does when you're watching it in your eye. Let's look at this. These wins, key wins this year. Tennessee over Cal. It started out early, and that's a huge one. How about that LSU Arizona? Arizona's turned around, had a pretty nice year, hasn't it? And of course, the one that everyone's still talking about, the one that's really hurting this conference, is this one right here. I mean, USC is running with it. SEC's struggling with that Arkansas loss.
McFadden, 12 carries for 66 yards. Felix Jones gets nothing on this one. Charles Alexander, number 91, was there. Well, the computers look at the non-conference schedules. This is where the computers come into play. And their non-conference schedule, the 28-5, the teams they play. Right. Arkansas, Nebraska, and they've got Notre Dame coming up.
Yeah, that's the problem with all these rules. Like, I would like to have a rule that the second-place team can't go to the championship. But what do you do with Notre Dame if you pass that rule? See, that's the problem with that rule right there. They don't have a conference.
No, all those games were independent. We just picked two of their strongest wins and two of their weakest teams they have played. And there's a pass play. Danny McCray breaks it up. And see, they played Michigan and North Carolina, lost heavily to Michigan. North Carolina, Army, and still going to play USC.
But again, it's when you play a team and what players you have. Right now, Arkansas, they need to go to Monk. They need to find a way to get the ball to Monk. Monk's right in the slot this time. Can they find a way? It's going to be a zone defense from LSU.
Casey Dick back. Dances right. Still nobody open. Chased and throws it away. Tyson Jackson was there to shadow him. And it'll be fourth down.
Would not be surprised if we don't get a little taste of Mitch Mustaine the next time Arkansas comes on the field. It just seems like this offense needs something. Maybe just a series.
Casey Dick, modest numbers today. He's 3 of 11. There is Mustaine, who played up the road from Fayetteville in Springdale, Arkansas. It's not up the road from here.
Undefeated as a starter, by the way.
Yes, 8-0. Got his first start against Utah State. Here's Jacob Skinner with that very unusual pre-punt ritual. I guess that has to do with visualization, huh? And the fair catch is taken by Preston Davis. 39-yard punt, nothing on the return. 6:05. Razorbacks unable to move their first possession of the third quarter. LSU's got it back. Wrangler. ahead of this half by LSU. They've got it at their own 15-yard line. They went 15 plays, 70 yards, got a 28-yard field goal to open the third quarter. 3 wide, out of the gun. They hand it off, and Jacob Hester gets out near the 27-yard line. What kind of a day is Jamarcus Russell had?
Well, it's been big plays. He's been making them to his wide receivers against the man coverage. Then he went deep one time to Craig Davis on a stutter for the touchdown, but fumbled on the quarterback sneak. That's been a little problem on the sneaks, but boy, whether it's inside the offense or right here outside the offense, the guy is a playmaker.
Second down and 3. Twin receivers to the left side. Bo is the slot receiver this time. And off up the middle, the quick opener to Keelan Williams, number 5, and he's tackled by Jarrell Norton, number 27.
You know, Reggie Herring was really into the face of his defense after that last when they stopped him for a field goal last time. He knew right then, I think, that he was going to get these body punches again. He needed to get his team juiced up to really suck it up and stop the run. I thought LSU would come out and throw the ball. They've done just the opposite and took it right up the gut of this defense for Arkansas.
Justin Vincent is the tailback. Memorable for his freshman year, 1,001 yards. Nothing close to that since. He gets the block here. Wide open is Hester. Wide open is Hester. First down at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, he ran it on Matt Hewitt. Yeah, Matt Hewitt was the guy who had a man-to-man coverage in the wheel route right up the sideline. You got a fullback, such a valuable player. He's going to come right here, and there's Hewitt. It's got a man-to-man looking right at him. That's his man, cuts inside. It's a beautiful play to get inside the leverage, and Jamarcus Russell doesn't overthrow it. He's got a gun, but he didn't need a gun. He just needed a little pea shooter on that one. Lofted right in there.
Yards after the catch, 130 now. Hester picked up 38 yards on that play, and a first down. Here's Justin Vincent going left. Chris Houston closes quickly and holds him to a 5-yard, well, make it a 6-yard gain. Justin Vincent. This LSU offense beginning to assert itself.
You know, when I watched LSU early in the Florida game and in the Tennessee game, I thought that their offensive line wasn't very physical. They have completely changed. I mean, they can match up with anyone now. They have a quarterback that provides big plays, and they have an offense that's very physical offensive line. Black, Johnson, Helms, Diakowski, they matching up well for this conference.
See that complete domination in time of possession, third quarter. Second down, Hester. It'll be third and short at the 26. Well, in the middle of that offensive line is a young man who is a native of Arkansas, Brett Helms, number 74. Grew up in Stuttgart. There's Helms. His dad is a PhD graduate of Louisiana State, an agronomist, and works in the rice industry in Stuttgart. His mom is from Baton Rouge, but his hometown not too far from here, Stuttgart, Arkansas. 3rd and 1. Ali Broussard, that should be enough for the first. Oh, still fighting.
Yeah, I could say enough and enough and enough.
Ball came out. Again. Second time today. Fumble. That's funny. I saw the beanbag long before I saw the ball.
You got eyes for beanbags, I'll tell you that. This was so
SEC referee. All right. Knee. I think it's out.
I think so, too. His forward progress, he was still falling forward. That ball's out. That ball's loose as he's going down.
Gerald Norton, high school, true freshman, rather, from Cedar Hill, Texas. Just kept fighting, grabbed the ball, and I don't see enough to overturn that call.
Well, to me, I see enough to
confirm it. Yeah, absolutely.
So far in this third quarter, LSU has run 21 plays to 3 for Arkansas. That is as big a turnover as you can have with the way the flow of the game was going right there. Broussard is going, please, just put my knee near that grass, that turf.
After further review, video evidence confirms the call on the field. It is a fumble, a recovery, first down.
First look was the definitive look.
Yep, sure was. You know, Broussard did a good job of protecting the ball there, too. I mean, it just was ripped out. He was, you know, in the middle of all those players, and it got ripped.
Second fumble inside Arkansas territory. On the reverse, they hand it to Felix Jones. He flies by one, breaks a tackle, runs out to the 35-yard line. Finally stopped by Jesse Daniels. He's got some speed.
He sure does. What did Will Muschamp, the defensive coordinator for Auburn, told us? We were talking to him about Arkansas. He said, you know, I almost wanted to put a curtain up on the 50-yard line before we were getting ready for Arkansas. He said they're so big and fast, those big running backs. And he said, you know, McFadden's a freak, but number 25 could start for about 8 of the SEC teams as their featured tailback.
Wildcat formation. That means McFadden is the quarterback. He hands it off to Felix Jones. They go right. Jones uses that speed to get by Shevis Jackson. And it's back-to-back big runs for the young man from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
LaRon Landry was just furious. He thought he got held on the play. But, you know, Felix Jones is going to have to come over for a blow on this after one. They ran 2 sprints in a row. Landry's to the top of the screen right there. He thinks he gets held by the shoulder. I think he may be right. I think he may be right. Monk looked like he got him on the shoulder pad.
Looks like a sideline warning for LSU was delivered by Rocky Good. Well, McFadden's with 66 yards, Jones with 106. And they'll go with the Wildcat formation again.
All-man coverage.
Keeps it. Stiff arm. Comes another stiff arm. And a twist. Guy's pretty good, isn't he?
You know, he's such a great athlete. That's what comes to mind with me. I mean, fast, powerful, smart. Watch how long, you really couldn't tell on that one, how patient he was to fake the handoff. And there you go. You got Beckwith eyeing him up, and he throws Beckwith down like he's a high school player.
I'm going to mention, well, there you go. Vote for Darren. There's been some conversation in the last 2 or 3 weeks about the Heisman. I think the hopes of the Arkansas athletic staff is to begin a campaign for McFadden for next year's Heisman. Here's his carry to the 42-yard line. We did mention already that he's a finalist for the Doak Walker Award, speaking of great athletes.
Well, he's the best I've seen this year.
And down to Tracy for more.
Vern, you talked about Arkansas. They've stepped up their efforts to help get him to New York this year, and as you said, put him in position to be the front runner next season. Arkansas has sent out 1,000 postcards last week to the media and has a website up to showcase McFadden to the country. We spoke to him. He said it's all real flattering, but it's not the focus right now.
Here he is, going right up the middle. The Wildcat formation. How about that? And he held on to the ball. 17-12 LSU. We'll return after this word from your local station.
Two, please. This holiday season, why not keep the change? Each time you make a purchase with your Bank of America Visa check card, we not only round up the amount to the next dollar and transfer your change from your checking to your savings account, we also match your savings for the first 3 months and continue matching 5% thereafter. Up to $250, which means there's an easy way to save right at your fingertips. This holiday season, open a checking account and keep the change, only from Bank of America.
You are killing me, Birdwood.
Hey, take the secret shortcut.
Never heard of the secret shortcut.
Because it's a secret, Ham. Take it.
Not bad, Birdwood. You ever taken this trail, Birdwood?
Once. I'm leaving now.
Now would be a good time to have accident forgiveness.
Not too bad.
Or new car replacement. Your choice auto insurance. Only from Allstate. Are you in good hands?
Take cover. Monday's most watched show will become the most dangerous place on television. A new episode of CSI Miami, CBS Monday. Don't miss The Class, CBS Mondays.
Hi, kids!
Yellow Fella!
Eat a good balanced breakfast, yellow pals. Be sure to brush your teeth afterwards. Look both ways before crossing the street. Be kind to old folks and animals. And years from now, when you're building outdoors, be sure to use Yellowwood. But remember, character is the one building project you never finish. Ma'am.
Who was that yellow man?
People look up to a craftsmanship, Prince Incorporated. People look up to a roofing, we craft each job with care. Shingles, metal, slate, or tile, the quality beyond compare. Raise your standards, set 'em high. You'll choose Prince and here is why. People look up to a craftsmanship, Prince Incorporated.
LSU's coach John Brady for Insurance Network of Louisiana.
If you think going to the Final Four was tough, try making a decision about insurance. If you are looking for a winning team of insurance professionals who can take care of your insurance, provide excellent service, and offer you a top national insurance company, then call my friends at Insurance Network of Louisiana.
Call Insurance Network of Louisiana at 293-0450 or log on to lainsurance.net.
You're watching WAFB Channel 9, Louisiana Sports Channel.
Well, Darren McFadden has thrown it and run it. Hasn't caught it yet today, but pretty impressive.
Yeah, and remember that one deep route he drew it past interference penalty, but you know, like I said in the open, it sometimes appears that there's 3 or 4.
When you get down to it, it's about flavor. Our food, our music, the way we live. Only one beer stands up to the flavor of Louisiana. It has for 2 decades. Abita Beer, making 20 years, making the beer that's Louisiana true. Celebrate the flavors of Abita with the special 20th anniversary Pilsner. Mark the moment with commemorative prints.
Here's Casey Dick. That's short. To the right. Well, Casey Dick is not having the kind of day that he had envisioned coming into
that's
that.
for sure. Not a 100 rusher all year. Felix Jones is already over 100. They might have 2 in this football game.
Right.
That's how good this rushing attack is for Arkansas. LSU had a nice game plan going in the third quarter, but they turned it over. When you're playing that move the chain offense and you turn it over, you let this crowd get back in the football game, and now LSU is going to have, I think, if they don't stop them here, going to have one of those fourth quarters again.
Felix Jones tried to squirt through. He picks up about 3, perhaps 4 to the 30-yard line. It's going to bring up a rather large third down. Well, the Arkansas rush offense against the defense. Arkansas comes in 4th in the country. And you see 2nd in yards per rush. And today, 188 yards. Here's McFadden.
Here's the Wildcat.
Yep.
Here's Robert Johnson at the bottom of the Stephen Parker, who, he looks like he was going to pull on the play, didn't it?
Well, you see number 46 who's there? Earlier in the season, he moved on the play. Parker came over and gave him a forearm to the chin. Here's Felix Jones trying to round the corner. Ridden out of bounds at the 27-yard line. It's going to be 4th down.
See, and I think that call was made with the idea that get it into field goal range right now. Now they gained a little bit more than maybe they thought. Do you give the ball to McFadden in the Wildcat and say, let's see if we can pick this up?
You know, I think you do, Gary, because you've got Jeremy Davis, who's missed 1 extra point already today. He's only 6 of 11. His long for the year is 44. So
I go with you.
I bet they roll the dice here.
I think so too.
4th and 3.
You got to go Wildcat, don't you?
They're not.
Casey Dixon in the game.
McFadden's alongside. 2 wide receivers to the left. Monk, who's caught only 1. And
LSU timeout.
Yep, timeout.
Well, LSU.
Stop the clock with 13:58 to go. 17-12. 4th down, 3 Hogs when we come back.
This was last week's Pontiac game-changing performance. Virginia Tech kept Wake Forest from clinching a share of the ACC Atlantic Division title when Josh Morgan broke open the game with his 53-yard TD reception early in the 3rd quarter. The Hokies never looked back on their way to a 5th straight win. Go online to view and vote for this week's top plays. The winning school will receive a $5,000 general scholarship contribution courtesy of Pontiac in the only fan-voted scholarship award program. And when you vote, you can register to win a $5,000 scholarship for you or someone in your family.
2 out of every 3 Pontiacs sold have 200 horsepower or more. 2 out of 3 get 30 highway miles per gallon or better. They all come with the best coverage in America. And this holiday season, we tag each one in red. And the price on that tag is the price you'll pay. Google Pontiac and check it out for yourself. The Pontiac Red Tag event. See some red, save some green.
Let me tell you this, pal. The Fritos chili cheese wrap is a full meal.
Totally, yeah. All wrapped up, and they get the Fritos, the chili, that cheese. It's a hearty
Absolutely,
thing,
man. It's a full meal on a tortilla. I couldn't ask for anything more.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool, I'm gonna have your tots then. Is that cool?
What? No, it's
Okay, they're coming back down to earth there, Screamy.
Fritos chili cheese wrap, only at Sonic. Fritos corn chips with chili and cheese and a side of tots, just $2.99. Get a reloadable My Sonic card today. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Only 4 Amazing Race teams are left, and the beauty queens are on everyone's hit list.
We're not evil blondes.
A new Amazing Race, CBS Sunday after 60 minutes.
Opening moments of the 4th quarter, Arkansas looks at a 4th down and 3, and they trail by 5, trying to get to the Southeastern Conference Championship game with an 11-1 record. Houston Nutt, head coach, and he will have McFadden alongside Casey Dick. Dick has had a tough day, 3 of 12. Backs up, darts right, nobody there, in real trouble, and downed all the way back at the 42 by Ricky Charles Jean-Francois.
Arkansas should have taken a timeout. They were going to go to Monk, but look at the call by Bo Pelini. He put LaRon Landry right there. 2 guys on Monk, but watch Casey Dick. He doesn't see it. He's going to go to Monk, and then, he does nothing. A misread. If ever there was a time for a timeout for Arkansas, it was right there. 2 guys on Monk, nothing he could do. In fact, they even had a dropping linebacker to that side, and by the time Monk got open late, it was too late.
Yeah, when he raised his hand, his quarterback was going down.
You talk people into operations where their chance of dying is 80%.
Becca's chances of dying on the table, 100%. 3 pounds. New episode, CBS Tuesday.
Class of 94. Here I come.
When you want to make a good impression, Enterprise Rent-A-Car will pick you up free and get you going in style.
Looking good, News.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
You've been looking forward to a celebration this big all year. It's Red Lobster's Big Seafood Festival, a feast of new combinations of our biggest seafood. Indulge in rock lobster tail, king crab, and jumbo scampi. Only at Red Lobster.
open the scoring with a 1-yard plunge. The extra point no good. 6-0. Arkansas. Then LSU got the next two. First of all, Keelan Williams on a 29-yard touchdown run. Extra point was good. And then Buster Davis, a 47-yard reception as Matero Richardson was turned around for the Razorbacks. Davis in, extra point was good. Arkansas, Marcus Monk, a 21-yard reception. Great effort at the end of the play. The try for two, no good. That made it 14-12. And in this quarter, a 28-yard field goal from Colt David. And that's where we stand, 17-12. Most recently, a try for first down on 4th and 3, unsuccessful.
I want to go back to that last play. 4th and 3, maybe the biggest play of the game, and number 5 doesn't get the ball. Fake to him or touches the ball on that play.
Jamarcus Russell on first down. Vincent comes out near side. Russell back, looks into the flat, caught by Hester. A quick opening play, and that's good to the 45.5-yard line. Take another look at that. We thought they'd go with a Wildcat.
Oh, for sure. I think that's why LSU took a timeout. They thought they'd go with the Wildcat. Here's McFadden right here. There's Monk to the bottom of the screen. Don't even fake it to him. In fact, he's staying in to block on the play. Ooh, that's not my favorite call so far.
The only thing you didn't say, because I can see your facial twitch, is ouch.
Yeah, that one was a little strange.
2nd and 5. Russell hands it off to Hester. It'll be 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 maybe. Antoine Robinson makes the tackle on Jacob Hester. 3rd and 4. LSU 9-2, both defeats on the road. Early in the season, 7-3 at Auburn. Mid-season at Florida. We've heard from other coaches and players around the conference their expressed belief that LSU is the best team.
You polled them, that's what they'd say.
In the SEC. And we have heard it from more than a couple. 3rd and 4. Russell, Davis. Where's the spot? It'll be, it's now ruled incomplete. And Matero Richardson, who's been victimized a couple of times, wins this battle, knocks it away.
Well, stick it, Gary Danielson. Matero Richardson this time does it right. See how he's inside technique and stays with it, and even if Davis catches the ball, Richardson does a good job keeping him short of the first down. He was tired of me yelling at him.
Yeah. And that's going to bring on Chris Jackson. Reggie Fish, all 5'7", 160 pounds, is back to return the punt. Peyton Hillis, who normally they come after the block and don't get it. Hillis is out with a bum wheel. This one goes into the end zone. Touchback out to the 20. 53-yard punt.
Arkansas takes over 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
12 minutes, 31 seconds remaining.
Our SUVs, as much fun as our bikes.
You think you can handle it?
Can you? Introducing the all-new mid-size Suzuki XL7. It's going to be a great ride.
They was known as the good, the bad, and the hairy cowpokes who fought for a burger-free frontier. Meet Marshal Marsala, Sloppy Joe, the Chicken Dumpling Gang, and more in the new Chick-fil-A calendar. Cost just $5. Inside, $28 worth of coupons.
SEC on CBS is sponsored by Chick-fil-A, Geico, Red Lobster, and by The Hartford. Crowd of 55,833 watching this one. LSU leads by 5. That's the third largest crowd in stadium history, dating back 58 years. Coming up next, time permitting, the TIAA Prep College Football Today report. War Memorial Stadium, built in 1948. And now here's Casey Dick with a play fake. Steps up, fires it out, intercepted. Picked off on the left side by LeBron Landry. Casey Dick threw it right to his midsection.
He actually was throwing the ball to the tight end, but threw it high. Threw it right over the hands of his tight end on the play. Coming across, Wes Murphy just threw a bad ball. Casey Dick has struggled in this football game. This is the guy who's going to throw the ball coming right there. It goes high, and this is the guy who catches it. Watch this. You expect your quarterback at this level to make this throw. Throws it right over his head and right to the defensive back. Woo. I hope he was throwing it to him because the other guy was double covered. You can see it.
And so picked off by Landry, the all-conference free safety, his second interception of the year. And Casey Dick's typical day continues. He's 3 of 13. Russell for Bo, shoves off, grabs it, incomplete. Couldn't hang on. Chris Houston tussling with him in the end zone.
See how calm Chris Houston stayed with that ball in the air. You see so many guys who aren't used to this panic. Now watch, he watches, stays there, tussles, and then gets his hands and rips right at the end. Doesn't give up on the play, doesn't grab it, and takes his last little rip and pushes that ball out. Wonderful play by Houston. Yeah, a little jostling, a little bit, but you're going to get away with that when you're that skilled.
Young man from Austin, Texas, LBJ High School. 2 interceptions last week, the first 2 of his career. One of them was returned 87 yards for a touchdown. And LSU uses its final timeout of the ball game with 11:44 remaining.
Can I take your order, please? I want candy.
Black coffee in bed.
Ah, sugar.
Tutti frutti.
Nice.
Rubber biscuit.
Ooh, nails for breakfast, tax for snacks.
Rock lobster.
Sonic peaches.
Please drive forward.
Get any new Chrysler, like the all-new Aspen, equipped with a Sirius satellite radio, and you'll get a 12-month subscription to the best radio on radio.
What did we just order?
Murder. Mind control.
Sensory deprivation, chemical treatments.
A CIA conspiracy.
You thinking what I'm thinking? I hope not.
Number CBS Tonight.
The CBS Sports Desk is presented by the new AT&T.
Hello, everybody. I'm Tim Brando, and welcome to the AT&T CBS Sports Desk. 10th-ranked Texas was looking to sew up a spot in the Big 12 championship game, but Texas A&M got the W. Stephen McGee options to take it in. Dennis Franchione got a big win, and Texas quarterback Colt McCoy got a big headache. He was carted off the field after that big hit. Now Oklahoma needs to beat Oklahoma State tomorrow to capture the Big 12 South. Over in the Big 12 North, Colorado's Mel Holliday gallops like it's a holiday, 45 yards to tie the game at 14. Now the Cornhuskers have already captured the Big 12 North and will play in their title game. In college basketball, an early season upset as Missouri State surprised number 7 Wisconsin 66-64 in the semifinals of the South Padre Island Invitational. And in baseball news, the Houston Astros have signed free agent outfielder Carlos Lee to a 6-year, $100 million deal. That's all for now from the AT&T CBS Sports Desk. Now let's get you back to LSU and Arkansas.
The CBS Sports Desk is presented by the new AT&T.
And we're back at War Memorial with an 11:44 to go, 17-12, a second down now for LSU. Second and goal. Hester stopped, looked for a moment.
Yes, it did.
Like he was going to go a long way.
It sure did. Closed up very quickly.
Well, it was Elijah Butu, so no surprise.
Yeah, he just Just hits it full speed, doesn't he? Lajabudu, number 24, just sees it and plays downhill and in space. Boom, two guys right on the plate, Dacus and Lajabutu. It's a must-stop here for Arkansas.
Yep.
They got to keep it to 8. Field goal keeps it to 8.
Fairly big one now.
Watch the screen.
Jacob Hester is the running back. 3 wide receivers. Doucette was in the slot. Doucette gets the ball. Doucette has a touchdown. Took him a while to make sure he had possession.
Double catch goes to the offense. Into the slot. They fake the wide receiver screen. Kind of a fade to the inside guy. A lot of space out there. And see it, Doucette inside. One-on-one. Balls thrown to the outside. And Doucette, the high school quarterback, had that big catch against Tennessee. Makes another big one here.
Darius Vanette, the defender. Colt David is on for the extra point. Casey Dick threw the interception, picked off by LaRon Landry. It sets up a short touchdown toss from Jamarcus Russell to Early Doucette. Over Vanette. LSU on top.
The German word for safe is sicher. The Portuguese word for firewall is muro de fogo. The Chinese word for password is mima. My company's in 17 countries now, and I can say secure in every one of them.
Dynamic networking from AT&T identifies security threats before they're problems, so Jane's confidence grows right alongside her company. The new AT&T, your world delivered.
This thing's got pop.
Get any new Jeep vehicle, like the new Wrangler Unlimited, equipped with a Sirius satellite radio, and you'll get a 12-month subscription to the best radio on radio.
Now I'm gonna try Hurricane. Show off.
More people spend time planning for vacation than planning for retirement. Get ready to live the life you've been planning with the Hartford. Because you're not preparing to retire, you're preparing to live. To live your future the way you've always seen it. So see your advisor about the latest products and solutions from the Hartford. And prepare to live.
Can best friends be business partners?
Did you have an intercom installed? It's on your phone. You just press the INT button.
Oh, I thought that was the internet.
Old Christine, CBS Monday.
On Sunday, Sam Ryan has the story of LT's record pace on the field and his compassion off the field, plus quick hits, Charlie Casserly and more on the NFL Today here on the home of Super Bowl 41 in CBS Sports.
Well, you never learn. You can't use LT around me during Thanksgiving. That LT, this kind of sends those shivers. That interception.
How long was the run back with the interception?
100 yards.
100.
Could have been 500 yards if the field was longer.
Yeah, I always enjoy watching those games in Detroit on.
No, LT on Thanksgiving just doesn't happen.
No, this one is Tomlinson, not Taylor. And that one goes through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And the Arkansas Razorbacks will start from the 20. Red Lobster's scholar athlete today is Arkansas's Jeremy Davis. A 3.31 grade point average in kinesiology. Member of the academic honor roll. Red Lobster's commitment to the investment of our future is shown today by donating $1,000 to Arkansas's General Scholarship Fund. There's Davis, missed extra point in the first half, has not had a field goal chance in this game. First down and 10. McFadden. Say goodbye. Darren McFadden, 80 yards, touchdown.
Eric Dickerson. He reminds me of Eric Dickerson's great voice.
This group, come on!
It's not easy going it alone. That's why we're making it easier than ever to get a State Farm agent for car insurance. Call an agent's office 24/7. Stop by or go to statefarm.com to get an agent who's there for you. Online, on the phone, or in the office. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You've been looking forward to a celebration this big all year. It's Red Lobster's Big Seafood Festival, a feast of new combinations of our biggest seafood. Indulge in rock lobster tail, king crab, and jumbo scampi. Only at Red Lobster.
Class of 94, here I come. When you want to make a good impression, Enterprise Rent-A-Car will pick you up free and get you going in style.
Looking good, News.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Still think they did it? Still think he didn't? Stunning new evidence and John Ramsey's first interview since Patsy's death, 48 hours Saturday.
10:31 to go, 5-point game. The roars have not subsided since we left you.
this defense. Well, right outside, I'm sorry, it was Shepherd Jackson, number 21, had him dead to rights, gets outside, and then LaRon Landry, the All-American safety, gets run over by the McFactron.
Here comes the Wildcat. Here's Felix Jones. That's to the 27-yard line. And we near the 9-minute mark. Think about this. McFadden has run for 166 yards. Felix Jones, 124 yards.
Can you imagine the LSU defense sucking the wind right now? They've seen about every quick motion reverse you could have.
This time we'll go right up the middle. There's McFadden.
Man, oh man.
First down at the 21.
Remember when you said if you'd poll the coaches, they would say that LSU's the best team in the SEC. Right. I would like to rephrase that a little bit. I think they would say they're the most talented team in the SEC. Well, they're just splitting hairs a little bit, but this team is taking it right to the most talented front seven in the SEC for 276 yards rushing.
McFadden gets a rest on this play. Felix Jones. And there's a motion ball in the offensive line.
There is so much energy in this stadium right now. I mean, the offensive linemen can't keep in their
Dead ball. Ball starts. Number 61, offense. Penalties 5 yards, previous spot. Please, first down.
That's the 7th penalty on Arkansas. And it momentarily quiets the crowd. Now Monk, who has only the one catch in this ball game, goes wide to the left and they give him plenty of space. Damian Williams is also back on the field, bottom of the screen. Here's Jones coming right. Landry saved a bunch. Nice tackle up on high by LaRon Landry.
You know, even though it looks again that Marcus Monk only had one guy covering him, Jesse Daniels, the other safety, was sliding over there to take away that deep throw, that jump ball to the end zone to the 6'6" Marcus Monk, the former basketball player. They're not going to let him have a one-on-one out there.
And we'll see the Wildcat formation. McFadden in the shotgun. He's thrown once today. He'll keep it this time. Inside the 15 to the 14.
All right, it's 4-down territory. They ain't kicking any more field goals in this one.
Nope. Well, let's see. 30. No
more field goals. Yep. That's why they ran that play right up the gut, because they knew they had 3rd and 4th down to pick this up.
Casey Dick back in at quarterback. Dick, tough day. 3 of 13. 3rd and 3 from the 15.
See the safety over the top.
Come right to the 10. That should be enough for a first down.
How'd you like to tackle this guy? I mean, he lowers his head, he sprints, he cuts back, he fakes the... You know, it's the first time I've ever seen a game where the other team goes, oh good, they got their quarterback in this time. Right.
First down and 10. 31-19, 6:42 to go. When we began the afternoon at 1:30, it was a 10-1 Arkansas team hoping that if they won this one next week, things might break right. They have a chance at a BCS championship spot. Here's the handoff, or no, there's no handoff. McFadden goes left, stopped for one of the few times today at the 9-yard line by Jason Spadoni. And this LSU team comes in 9-2, both losses to top 5 teams on the road. They won at Tennessee. Les Miles trying to go 10-win season back-to-back and a possible BCS Bowl spot with a victory.
Yeah.
So much on the line here.
Interesting, when we asked Les about that, he said, I'm going to be upset if we win, because I'll just think about what we could have done.
Yeah. Second down, toss.
Going to throw it.
Look back for Casey Dick, wide open. Has the ball at the 5-yard line. The pass was a little slow.
Yeah, he got hit, boy.
Chevis Jackson got him. It looks like it might be ribs.
That was great recognition by Chevis Jackson that time. This was a throwback. Easy to see up here, but very difficult to see on the field. Quarterback's going to pitch it. Chevis Jackson's in double right there. He passed
extra point. Jacob Skinner is the holder. Brett Good snaps it back. Extra point is good.
Just watch how quick they get outside because of this quick motion. These linebackers are told not to look at the motion. They stay, play honest. They have to play honest, and then they get to the outside, and number 25 reaches that ball out, touches the line. That's a touchdown.
You know, this is our first year together. If we hang around long enough, we'll get some decent games.
It's been awesome.
Florida State, 85,000 screaming fans at the Swamp.
1977, Minnesota versus Michigan.
Texas is football, and I never miss a game.
The Gophers beat Michigan that day, 16-0.
Back and forth at the end, Florida pulled it out 32-29.
We would go out and spell the score on the driving range using range balls.
I was out in the middle of the field, jumping up and down, arms raised. I turned out, and I was the only person out there running around in the field. I felt like a total fool, but I've always loved college football.
War Memorial Stadium, built in 1948. Some of these girders that have been around those 58 years are shaking in the infrastructure. 58,000 people, 55,000 are watching. And what a game. Houston Nutt grew up in Little Rock. His dad took him to games here when he was 4 years old. He said his first real memory of a football game here, and you can see he's 20-1 as a head coach, the only loss last year. He sat with his family in the end zone, that was 2 years ago, and watched Jerry Labias, Chuck Hickson, and the SMU Mustangs. That puts it in 1968. 4:53 remaining. Bobber with the kick, short, very short. Grabbed at the 26, that's a fair catch. I barely saw Spadoni put his arm up. I didn't see, as a matter of fact. And the official saying, hey, that wasn't much of a fair catch. The line judge told him the same thing. Okay. So here we go. 4:47 remaining. LSU leading by 5. Out of timeouts.
Houston Nutt likes to call it overpopulate the line of scrimmage with defensive backs. Well, you're going to see Arkansas overpopulate the box right now. They're going to come up and challenge LSU to throw the football. They have to have a stop.
Hester and Jordan are the backs.
Here they come.
Hester got him. Weston Dacus, the middle linebacker, number 30.
And Randy Kelly, the guy I circled on the play, came up from the safety spot and cleaned up on it. You got to overpopulate the box at this time of the game and force the other team into throwing. Hester limps off, by the way.
Vincent comes on, second down, 10.
See, that's the guy they like to throw the ball to on those little slip, safe plays out of the backfield.
Bo goes right, matched up with Chris Houston. Jamarcus Russell back to throw, bumps, drills it incomplete. Houston was right with Dwayne Bowe. There's a flag on this side at the 30-yard line.
There was an illegal pick, I think, by LSU on the play. Well, probably be declined. Well, we talked about that matchup, Houston against Bowe. Bowe's got him a couple times. Houston's got him a couple times. This time, it would have taken a better throw. I think maybe Jamarcus Russell got him on that one.
Offense, number 85. Fields decline, third down.
Yeah. They ran a pick play. Actually wasn't designed. They just had a tight end run into a defensive back. That was the proper call, but decline is the proper strategy.
Well, here we are. Third and 10.
Third down has hurt Arkansas in this football game. Can Jamarcus Russell pull another one out of his hat?
Rolls
has done a good job, though, of keeping all of their timeouts available to them.
LSU has none remaining. First down on the conversion of 15 yards. Vincent, no place to go. Flag down. Near side, line judge.
See, without Hester in the football game, that blocking position is not as well manned for LSU.
Offsides, defense, number 92. Penalties 5 yards, previous spot, still first down.
That'll cost them 5.
Yep.
Well, Arkansas takes on Florida next week. The SEC Championship in Atlanta, presented by Dr. Pepper. Arkansas hoping to go in with an 11-1 record. They need a victory here. As the SEC West champions, Florida has Florida State this weekend. Their conference play has been concluded. They've only lost one. That was to Auburn. First and 5. Keelan Williams is the running back. Deep back in the eye. Got him. Keith Jackson. Keith Jackson. Now in his senior season, his dad, part of the radio broadcast team here. Arkansas uses one of its 3. The clock is stopped. 2 minutes and 31 seconds left.
I was an offensive lineman for 4 years. I no longer wear pads, but I still carry a lot of weight on my shoulders.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
That is the Orville Henry press box here at War Memorial Stadium. Orville Henry, longtime sports editor of the Little Rock newspaper, and longtime historian of Arkansas fullback football, passed away a couple of years ago. 2:31 to go. And Houston Nutt, Reggie Herring on the near side. 2:31 to go.
You want to know strategy, don't you?
I do. That's why I'm looking at you, yeah? Eyeball to eyeball here.
If I've got a play where I'm going to trust Jamarcus Russell. If I got a play I feel I can get it out, get it into somebody's hands, I'll throw it. But right now, I don't mind just handing it to Broussard and force Arkansas to use another timeout.
Ali Broussard, number 22, the deep back. Gets the handoff. They would use another timeout, I'm sure. Yep. There's the signal. That is their second. So 5 seconds run off the clock during that play. What all is at stake here? Well, BCS implications, but this is also the battle of the boot. That thing weighs 175 pounds.
It was the night before Christmas, and Mom didn't know that Dad's right behind her, with a box and a bow.
This Christmas, tell her she's the greatest chapter in your life story with a gift from K Jewelers 3-Stone Diamond Collection. And you can be assured of 2 things. Every diamond is hand-selected to match beautifully, and she'll absolutely love it.
But I heard him exclaim as they drove out of sight.
I'll always remember how I feel tonight. Every kiss begins with kiss.
31-26, Arkansas, 1 timeout left, 2:26 to go. And I'm looking at you for strategy again.
Let's get in the huddle now. You know, LSU, you know, Jamarcus Russell is always a threat. Will Les Miles want to burn another timeout? Not me. I'm going to give it to Jamarcus Russell and see if he can win a game. Put yourself in the head of the Arkansas defensive backs now. You know, you got to stop the slant pass, and you got to be aware of that wide receiver screen. If you're the DBs, you cannot get beat inside. Stop the inside move first, and then go from there. Hold on to your hat. This will be a good strategy, son.
Justin Vincent is alongside Jamarcus Russell. He'll keep it. He will not get the first down. The ball comes out. And with that tussle, whistle for the football. Now they're going to spot it back at the 49-yard line. It will be 4th and 1.
Yeah,
and a player is down.
He called the quarterback draw that time. As you can see, Brian Johnson struggling to get up. Big offensive guard. Went with the little safer call, spread them all out. We talked about Jamarcus Russell running a little bit more lately. Nice play inside. Someone just got a hand on him. Was it Elijah Butu? He got just a tip of his hand on him. Somebody just kind of laid out inside and tripped up Jamarcus Russell to make that play, and that's why he stumbled.
Jamarcus Russell was the ball carrier.
The ball has been spotted, yes, at the just inside the 49-yard line. There's Brian Johnson heading off, so it's going to be 4th down. Les Miles wants to make sure where that ball is spotted.
This looked like it was going to open up. One more look at this. Here's Olojibutu right there. See if he isn't the one that hits this running full speed and reaches out and yes, it is. How about that from the little guy? Reach out and tackle the 6'6" quarterback. What a play.
And Arkansas did use a timeout, so they are now out of timeouts. During the, we had a lot of things going on there. The spotting of the ball, the injured player getting off, and Arkansas chose to use a timeout, so here we go, 4th down 1. And Reggie Fish, a 5'7", 160-pound sophomore from Mesquite, Texas, is back at the 10-yard line. High and short. Right side out of bounds. Very poor punt by Chris Jackson. Spotted at the 28-yard line. 21-yard punt.
How about this? Houston Nutt, a year ago in 2005, was 0-4 in games decided by 7 points or less. This year, he's 3-0 in games decided by 7 points or less. Can he go to 4-0 in these tight games?
Well, the clock starts under the new rules when it's marked for play, so it has 2 minutes showing when the ball is snapped. Casey Dick, he'll go deep for McFadden. Double coverage deep, and it's Jonathan Sinon who had really good coverage. Help from LeBron Landry.
That ball was underthrown by about 8 yards.
Yep.
McFadden has to almost stop on the play. One-on-one, Zenon against McFadden. Look at that. That's how that was. That might have been 10 yards short on the play, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, little small points in the game. Remember their opening touchdown, they missed the extra point.
Sure.
That's 1. Then they had to try for 2 after the next touchdown. Didn't get that. Had they converted, could be a field goal possibility here, and that one's going to be a jump ball, and Zenon knocks it away. Casey Dick is having a really tough afternoon.
See, this is the problem for Arkansas. They have somewhat of a functional passing game. It's all built around the running game. I'm being nice to say functional.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, so now what do you do in a 2-minute drill? Can you just hand the ball off to number 5? Can you run the sweeps? Or do you finally have to have a pass offense to win a game like this with a 2-minute drill?
Matter of fact, Bo Pelini, the defensive coordinator, not being arrogant at all, said to us the other day, they're not very good on 3rd down, and they don't have much of a passing game. That was his assessment of Arkansas. Well, they've got a 3rd down, and Casey Dick is 3 for 15 for 29 yards. Fires it deep, comeback pattern. Monk can't hold on. It'll be 4th down and 10.
See, now
it was LeBron Landry.
Excuse me, Vern. Now just look at those 3 calls, and you can see the sophistication in this offense goes to the running game. The sophistication in the pass offense. They threw a bomb, they threw a sprint out, and they threw whatever this is. Okay, this ball, it was possible, but Landry made a nice job to go across Monk to catch that.
4th down and 10. A 10-game win streak on the line. A 10-game winning season for Les Miles.
It's very interesting. Both running backs in the backfield here. This has got to be some type of a different play.
Dick, deep left, man coverage. There's a battle, and it's incomplete. There are no flags.
championship. If they say that, they don't know anything about college football. This is a big-time, toe-to-toe football game that was played between Arkansas and LSU. Two very good football teams.
LSU, barring a Joe Pisarcik moment here, is going to go to 10-2 and keep alive their hopes of a BCS Bowl berth. Back-to-back 10-win seasons for Les Miles. And now the Ruby Tuesday player of the game, D-Mac. That'll do for now, I think. It's a nickname. 21 rushes, 182 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. He also threw it twice for 32 yards. Our Ruby Tuesday player of the game.
Two good football teams.
Arkansas will go to Atlanta to take on Florida with a 10-2 record. And the Florida Gators, of course, have a Saturday day encounter against Florida State. Les Miles, second season as the head coach at LSU. Consecutive 10-win seasons for the first time in school history. Jamarcus Russell had a brilliant day. 14 of 22 for 210. He hit 9 of his first 10. Darren McFadden scored a touchdown on a kickoff that seemingly had brought the Arkansas Razorbacks right back in it, but then Trindon Holliday returned the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown. And that is our 5-star play of the game presented by Wrangler with the call, Jim Hawthorne of the LSU Radio Network.
And it is Holliday at the 10, and he splits it to the outside, and he may go midfield, 45-40. They're not going to get him. Do you believe this? He returns it for a touchdown.
And no flag back there.
Holliday makes it 90.
Just another average day in the Southeastern Conference. The Arkansas Razorbacks lose at home 31-26. First time these two have ever battled as members of the top 10. Well, our group invites you to see Georgia Tech coming up tomorrow. We're going to move on down to Atlanta, where next Saturday night we're going to see the Arkansas Razorbacks against the Florida Gators for the SEC Championship. For Tracy Wolfson and Gary Danielson, I'm Vern Lundquist saying happy Thanksgiving from